dokie, roll! Turn up the bass! Okie dokie, roll!
Wait. That sounds like bonding or bondage. Well, actually, wait a minute. Speaking of that, crew, you said you were adopted by a local family at Christmas while you were in basic. So tell me, how cute was the dog?
What?
Oh shit! Katzenberger, come here.
What now?
So how cute was the dog? I mean, I know you have a thing for things that are small and fluffy and yap.
Cute, but then after I got done with it, it wasn't so cute anymore. So, yeah, there's that.
I locked myself out. Fuck.
Wow.
Did Tasty lock himself out of his room?
Yes, he did.
Go get a coat hanger.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Okay.
We get to watch him learn lessons.
Okay, so bit of an announcement for the audience out there. I had the wonderful idea / remembered I had this idea before, but got distracted from it. I'm going to start recording the pre and post air portions of all of these and throw them up to the channel for members and patrons only. And I really wish I was recording this week, because not only did this dumbass lock himself out of his barracks room right as we're going on air, when he entered the panel, it sounded like he slipped and ate shit right as he came onto the panel.
Nice.
Yeah. Are you talking about how I banged my fucking knee the second I got on?
Yeah.
That'll
Yes,
be
and
it.
I love your choice of words.
But yeah, it's been quite the eventful evening already in the off-air portion of it. And yes, you are not going insane. Yes, we are back live on a Friday. Why? Because my ass ain't gonna be home Saturday night to start this at the normal time. So I let everyone decide. Do we go back to Friday night for this week, or do we do something Sunday, but earlier in the evening for those unlucky fucks like me who have to work on Monday morning? Well, you can see where the votes fell. It's this thing that people do to get financial assistance to then be able to do things that they maybe not necessarily want to do, but have to do in life. And occasionally things they like to do.
Don't have an OnlyFans page. Got it.
You see, there are only so many feet pics that I can post before it starts looking like the same thing.
Feet pics? Did you just say feet pics?
Yeah.
I tried putting up pictures of fans. Nobody wanted them. They don't get it. It's called OnlyFans.
But did you change it up between motorized and handheld and Oriental and European?
Your mistake was not
that's
using
what I
a
was
furry.
doing. I need more More variety. Yeah, I did some ceiling fan and standing fans. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, so
Yeah.
no box fans?
No box fans. I'll work on that.
Racist.
This pizza is
Oh.
not as fun.
Well, isn't that base pizza? I mean,
sure.
okay, do you at least have a Papa John's on base, or is it like some dingy little establishment on base that pumps out pizza?
It's Pizza Hut.
Oh, well,
yeah.
fuck, at least you got that going. Could be
Hey,
a lot
y'all.
worse than
I
Pizza
went to
Hut.
food camp in Christmas time, like I said. We ordered pizza, and they couldn't come to base at our A school. So I had to go out there in a fucking blizzard to pick up Pizza Hut. You kidding me? I don't want to hear nothing from y'all.
Oh, wait, and both of your A schools were there in Great Lakes, too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. I
Yeah.
picked a rate that would get me the fuck out of there, and I made sure to go there to where I would finish and leave before it got fucking cold.
Oh, I was at DLI for 2 years, so I was in Central California, and it was wonderful. And then my AIT was in Pensacola. So
I was in Biloxi in the middle of the summer.
I
So
gotta say,
Hey,
Pensacola in the winter sucked, though.
I got to
Round.
Pensacola in November. I left the end of July
Nice.
for a quick pit stop in fucking Oceania. God damn it. Before going back to Florida for my first duty station being shore duty in Jacksonville.
Ooh.
Oh, I have a soundbite for Alan, by the way.
Shall we play a game?
Nice. There you go.
How about a nice game of chess?
Oh, God.
Greetings,
Remember-
program.
Now, Pensacola in the winter was fucking colder feeling than Colorado Springs. That was weird as shit.
See,
'Cause it was,
Pensacola to me did not feel that cold. Then
it
again,
was the
I was
humidity.
coming from New England.
Well, I mean, it gets cold up here, and I've been used to that. So, like, I was the asshole in basic training who all the Texans were like, "Let's put on our fleeces," and I'm like, "No, fuck you, it's not cold out." But
Yeah, but if you're
Pensacola was like, it was so humid that the fucking it wasn't freezing, but it felt colder than freezing. It was really weird.
It was that wind off of the Gulf.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not fucking happy times right there.
TC, why do you keep raising your hand?
He's trying to give himself a handy. Let's just ignore the child.
Yeah.
Digital handy.
Did Donkey just get why I was doing that? That was the joke the whole time.
Wow. But no, of all the places that I've been, I've been through Chicago in the winter. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it is rather fucking windy. But I actually found a place that, to me, was worse. And that was Yokosuka.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're on a peninsula in the middle of Tokyo Bay.
Yeah.
Ah,
And here's the messed up part. When that cold wind whips up there, there's no snow. So in my mind, when it's fucking cold, there should be snow on the ground. Or at least snow falling. And we
Yeah, it
didn't
does get
have
pretty
that.
cold there, too.
Yeah, so without that association, my mind was just like, the fuck is this? Oh, why is it like this? There's no reason for it to feel like this. What the fuck did we get ourselves into?
oh yeah.
Hey, so me and my next door neighbor are yelling at each other through the fucking wall socket.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
and you're only allowed to have 2 drinks an hour.
Yeah, it's depressing.
They
This might be why.
They might want to lower that.
Wait. So through the wall socket, I feel like I can't move past this.
No, through the outlet, like, because the outlet is a clear way through the wall.
Now, is there duct tape surrounding this little hole in the wall? Is it?
No,
He's using it as a glory hole.
That's what I was going for, crew. But thank you.
Thank you for
welcome.
ruining it.
this is a glory hole.
You are
Let's
new
go,
to the
come again.
euphemism game.
You took too damn long, fool.
So how do you get your? Wait, no, it's
Hey,
tasty. I know how
hey.
he gets his dick in it.
Crew.
Yep.
Foreplay is a thing.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
Someone lied to you.
Oh no. Oh god damn it! And Jay pulls that up, and I have to take it. Think about
I was
turning
gonna-
the screen off.
what? The
I was
fuck?
like, Jay, what are you playing with?
It's a gorilla pod.
Alrighty then.
Is that what they call
I
it?
used, and I
That's
used to
the
think
new
the
term.
RAF had problems with decorating the barracks blocks. I mean, at least they put some plaster on the walls and some paint.
Yeah, no, this shithole's just bricks.
And,
That's okay.
And, and didn't just stick industrial sockets on the walls. They actually used proper electrical fittings.
Why would we do that? I mean, you're not going to have proper electrical fittings on the boat. Might as well get you used to it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not like you're there for that long, anyways.
I've been
Wow.
here for 6 months.
Okay.
Oh,
How much longer you got?
wait a minute. Hang on. Let's see if he has really gotten into the A school mindset and mantra of everything. Hey, Tasty, let's see your floor. No. Straight down on the tile. Yeah, dude, you're slacking. There is nowhere near enough shine on that.
We're not allowed to. The what's it called? Is locked away. The floor polish is locked away, so we're not allowed to have it.
That's why you go buy yourself a Swiffer mop and this wonderful thing called Mop and Glow.
Oh, you mean
I was
that
gonna say,
shit you use on shoes to make them really shiny, so you don't have to buy core frames?
No, that's
Or I thought
leather
that was
luster.
Windex.
No, that's leather luster.
the other question I have to ask is, what? You mean you've got nobody on the course that knows how to pick a bloody lock?
It's whether or not they're allowed to, and hey, it's Yoko.
Well, there's that. I was also going to say, wait, they let you have rooms that dirty in the Navy?
It's
That
Friday
needs to go down, my
afternoon.
friend.
It's Friday afternoon.
Oh.
So
Okay.
They all have their whining cards now.
So room inspections aren't for a couple days.
exactly.
Yeah, no. So like,
Or they're in
the
10
thing is,
minutes.
is,
You
like,
don't know.
I literally pulled my clothes out of the laundry when I got here. I stripped out of my uniform and then threw my book bag on the ground and then went to go drink.
You fucking rebel, you.
Wow.
Hey, the
My
first fucking
hero.
place. Down a little. No, there. Now go to the left.
I like fucking with you, Jared.
All right, now
Left.
down.
Hey,
There,
Right here.
there
There
is
you
NAS
go.
Pensacola. Now, where God's Auditor went at Corey Station was actually up in the middle of all that shit.
Yeah. Fucking Corey Station.
all right. So I got something to say. So
No,
you
you
know
don't.
how AOs think they're the shit even though they barely do anything?
Uh-huh.
Wait.
Okay,
What did you
let's
just say?
let's see
I don't
where
know
you're
what
going
those
from
are,
there.
but go on.
Aviation ordnanceman.
Oh, okay, I got you.
All right. So DCs are the AOs of engineering.
I thought that,
No.
no.
Good try, but no.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. I used to give AOs a really bad rep before I actually worked with some of them. Now, don't get me wrong. They're still fucking stupid. They are the epitome of knuckle dragging. But when they say, hey, watch this, fucking run.
Okay, so who would be the AOs of engineering in your opinion?
If
That
they
would be in.
in engineering department specifically,
GST?
Oh,
yeah, either GSTs or HTs.
really? HDs?
Well,
Yeah, that's valid.
HTs go around, play with sheet metal and big hammers.
You know, okay, I got a point to make.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what GSE stands for?
Yeah, it's the gas turbine systems engine.
So it's gas turbines electrical.
Yeah.
But you know what it really means? Get someone else to do your job.
Oh, fuck's sake.
How clever.
Sounds about right. Now, keep in mind, the AOs on the Kitty Hawk, the AIMD AOs. So here's another thing that AOs are really
But see, the one thing you
weird.
guys are all forgetting is that BMs run the ship. No matter what division you're in, BMs run everything.
And hey, let's be honest. Without engineers, the ship wouldn't even fucking move.
True.
Yeah, that's true. But still, BMs are the ship.
What do you
suck a
do?
dick.
Drop the anchor every now and then moor the lines?
They play with rope and
A lot of
wait.
anger in you.
One of their watch stations are as the helmsman. So
I
they
thought that was QM.
Yeah, we drive the ship. I've actually done donuts on the way to fucking Bahrain.
BMs, QMs, undes.
And who the fuck do you think looks out for you guys in case you fall overboard? Yeah, BMs, motherfuckers.
And
Who do you think knows where shit is to get? Yeah, BMs. If you guys need something, you call a BM.
or supply. But then,
I know
but again,
Right.
well,
I
crew,
need to get some action while on the ship.
you did miss that bit before about the department said you make a friend in as soon as possible and keep a friend in there as long as you're at the command. One of them being supply.
True.
Hey, what's the BM advancement rate right now to E4? Isn't it like 0.2%?
No, that's
something
HM.
Stupid.
That's HM. It's about 4% for BM. It's,
No, the
It's
quota
about
said
100% for the Army.
well, that's because E4 is not an
You're
NCO
retarded.
rank for you.
You're
No, it's
special in the
because
army.
we don't do NCO until fucking E5 generally.
Air Force is the same.
Yeah, I mean you can be a corporal, but
Special
that's
ed
more like a
motherfucker.
fucking gimme.
A sergeant light.
Yeah, they don't
Special
take you
ed.
seriously, and you can't sit at the
So-
big boy table.
what is the E4 Mafia in the Navy where all the
we
the
don't
E4s are-
talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about
What
that.
E4 Mafia? There's no such thing.
So I won't know until I make it there is basically what you're saying.
You won't
Yeah.
know about it until you are a part of it.
Oh,
Does
Yeah,
everybody
because you're the
pick up
rank
your
doesn't mean
shit.
you become
The
part of
Army,
it. You gotta be.
the Army's run by the
you gotta
E4
be
Mafia.
asked in.
So does everybody become a part of the Mafia?
No.
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 Well, it's okay. I can only speak for Army. It's conditional. You get in, but you can get kicked out real fucking quick.
It's basically you're given a shot, but if you screw it up, it's a one and done thing. Once you get that tag to your name, you're screwed.
Oh yeah, you can't get that trust back.
So
Okay.
basically you're saying don't be a snitch and you get to stay in the E4 Mafia.
Wait a minute. No one to BM3. 628 eligible, which means 628 passed the test. No one
on the bench.
made it.
Yeah, PNA.
And they actually have a quota of 1.
BM, I told
Wow.
you guys, BM3 was like 0.2%.
What's HM at? Where's HM?
It's
HM.
at like
Right. there. Oh wow, HM has
HM.
gone up. Wow. Now,
Nice to see my rate's got 100%. Because they have wow. They actually need people in the E4 spot.
wait, hang on. What's that percentage for ATI?
ATI 3293.
Wow, they really fucking locked down AT as well.
Hey,
Probably
the
because no one's getting out.
Well, here's the
My
thing though.
rate's
They have a quota
100%
for
PE4.
123, but they're only advancing 82 out of that.
Yeah, because the rest of them didn't fucking meet the FMS.
The
yo,
hell's that
I'm
mark?
100% TE4.
Fuck.
Yeah, eat a dick.
I just looked up promotion points for my MOS, and they're fucking so low. God
Right.
damn it.
All right, E5. Yeah.
Yeah. They were like most of the time I was in they were at fucking 790 never. So
Well,
Jesus
when
Christ.
while I was in, the real bottleneck for my rate was E6.
Yo,
'Cause-
I got a 50% E5 advancement.
Watch it in a couple years. Watch the trends.
What do they
Yeah, I was
call
gonna
it
say
again?
that it doesn't matter right now because you're not anywhere near advancement.
Yeah, so watch the trends and you'll see an ebb and flow, because part of what feeds into the quotas are the people who get out. Not just the other people who stay in and advance, but the people who just straight up get off active duty.
Yep.
So that's where in the AT rate, and fucking Schrodinger's cat can even attest to this one. When he and I were in, it was 90% or higher to E4. Then it was 60 to 70% to E5. And part of that is because of the manning requirements and everything. But then it dropped down to about 20% for E6.
Oh, you mean like this, Jared? 21.36.
Yeah.
But you're only sending up 15
Again,
Hey,
quota.
I have a question. What's the difference between the two quotas?
The fiscal years or the cycle years.
the cycle. Because there's 2 E6 and below cycles a year.
Isn't there one E7 cycle a year?
Yes.
So the entire time I was in, my entire MOS got completely screwed because there were something like 4 positions for 35 Zulu at the top for like senior enlisted, and they promoted like 20 into that, or they like granted that MOS, which is kind of like a lateral promotion, but they put like 20 guys in that slot. So you had a bottleneck there of everyone waiting to fucking, like all the fucking E8s waiting to get into that E9, all the E7s waiting to get into the E8, et cetera, et cetera. And
it trickles back.
Yeah, and it trickles back, and it's even worse at the lower parts because you got so many more people fighting for those slots. And so we had a point where it was like you could make E5, but making E6, you were going to have to wait like another 7 years for everything to clear out. So it was fucking terrible.
And when I was in, there were ways to put yourself in a better position for it despite low quota numbers. Part of that is your qualifications and your politicking for your eval, and then actually knowing how to take the rating exam, because that's another big difference between the Navy and the rest of the branches. Your promotion test in every other branch is a board where you actually
So Air Force is split. Air Force is the test and a board for the higher rankings, but at first it's just the board or just the test.
Yeah. But the
Alright.
the
No,
way it,
E5's a board.
yeah, the way it works Navy side is E6 and below twice a year. Here's a test. We take that score from the test plus your awards points, your historical pass but not advanced points, and your last three or four evals averaged out.
4.
Yeah. It was 3. They went up to 4. And they put it all in a blender and spit out one final number. That is your FMS, your final multiple score. That's how they rank everyone in your rate at your pay grade Navy-wide. And then it's like, okay, so here's how everyone ranks. We only have this many spots. Here's the cutoff. These are the people that are getting advanced.
Now, in the Navy, when you guys do your test, is it split part your job and part like just general Navy knowledge?
It's a sliding scale based on which pay grade you are testing for. The way it typically works, so the E5 exam typically is 25% in rate, 25% basic military knowledge, 25% leadership, and then 25% other programs and general big Navy stuff. And the higher you go, the more it shifts towards leadership and supervisory shit and less about the actual in-rate knowledge.
Which is bullshit, but yeah.
No, it does make sense to me because going to E4, that is supposed to be your hands-on, hey, this needs to get done, you go do this, and should be minimal supervision on a technical side. E5s are supposed to be that bridge.
There's a bunch of E5s that had no fucking clue what the hell they were doing.
They're
good at being a leader, but
again,
they had no fucking clue.
Well, again, I don't disagree that there are
test.
fucking stupid people in the positions, but the actual intent of why they put the test together that way is E5s are supposed to be that first line true supervisor where, yes, you need technical competence, but we also need a way to make sure that you know how we want things led, supervised, and managed from an introductory level at that. And then going for E6, you are more of a leader and manager, less of a doer. E7, you are very rarely supposed to be doing, you are entirely supposed to be leading and managing.
Yeah, that's why I pretty much fucking refused them to let me go to E5.
Here you go, Jared.
They kept wanting me to go to boards and fucking go to WLC, and I fucking was like, nah. I want to keep being a technician. I don't want to wipe other soldiers' asses.
Now, see, here's the thing. Had I stayed in, I was on track to make chief by my 10-year mark.
Ooh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because keep in mind, I was E3 out of basic training. At my 2-year mark, I was E4. At my 3.5-year mark, I was E5. I was one EP eval away from an early availability for E6. And then when it came time where I'm E6 eligible for E7, I would have had quite the package to send to the Chiefs board. Plus, your E9s that were actually making the decisions at the Chiefs board, a lot of them still recognized my name because of my dad.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
Well,
nepotism.
Well, and no, see, so that's the thing is there is a political side to it, even on the enlisted advancements. And that's where I don't like that it would have played to my favor had I stayed in, but I recognize that it would have.
Where's that echo coming from?
That is a good question.
Your mama.
Maybe Eric, because he just popped in.
Maybe.
As a possibility.
I
Yeah,
don't
see,
know why I'd be echoing. So
it wouldn't have been difficult for me to make E5. They just fucking like, because I knew the sergeant's major and then the fucking several of the fucking lieutenant colonels and shit. But it was just like, I don't want to be in charge of other people. I want to be good at this specific job because there's like 3 other people who can do it. You want me to be good at this job. You don't want me to be a fucking sergeant and then have 3 other people to watch out for.
Well, and I agree that there is such a thing as promoting people too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those cocky, arrogant, but can also back it up type of assholes where when it comes to the technical side of things, I pick up new systems and new technical aspects and information very quickly. It's why every time I've changed jobs, it has been to a different field because I want to learn something different. I want to expand my knowledge base that way. So you need to be able to recognize people like that who, yeah, we can rely on you from the technical aspect, but we recognize you need a challenge. Let's see what you can do with this type of supervisory position. So, so even as an E3 and very, very green E4, I was in charge of my aisle of test benches at my first command. And I parlayed that into being in charge of that half of the work center before I left Florida. Then I get to the boat, I get to the ship in Japan. One of my prior production supervisors was now my LPO on that ship. So he was like, yeah, I already know you know every piece of equipment in here. I'm not worried about that. I don't want to see you working technically unless you are teaching someone. You're running day shift as soon as you finish check-in. You have 3 days.
Yeah, see, if they would have, if they still had the specialist ranks in the Army, I would have fucking stayed in. I would have gone Spec 5 and beyond with no fucking problem. Just don't make me a fucking leader. I don't want to be a fucking leader. So, but the Army has a fucking policy of up or out. So you either have to fucking make E5 in your first 8 years or you're fucking done. And I mean, either way, I was finishing up 5 years on a contract, and it was like, no, if you're gonna mandate that I have to be a leader of other soldiers and not just be really, really good at my job, which there's a lot of shit left to learn and a lot of shit left to do and research and development that needs to be done with it. I'm not gonna give up this baby just because you guys have a weird fucking one size fits all policy.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing that I actually will give the Navy credit for is when it comes to advance or you're out, the way they do that is with the higher tenure, and it's generally not until your second, third, fourth command time frame, depending on your pay grade.
I was going to say the Air Force has up or out, but it's based on pay grade. So for like E4, I think you can be in grade for 7 years or something like that. So you've got plenty of time to move through.
Well, here's how the Navy fucks that up, though. Your higher tenure is cumulative. It's not in grade. It's you've been in the Navy for this many years. You need to be this pay grade or higher, or you're out.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's how it is now. But I knew a guy that was E5 for many, many years. He never advanced.
While I was in, so we're looking mid 2000s to 2008, they started tweaking the higher tenure numbers, because before what it was you could be an E5 and your higher tenure was 18 years, waverable up to 20.
Yeah.
And E6, your higher tenure was 22 years. So they gave you 2 years past retirement to make chief. Now the chief, last I knew, the chief higher tenure So if you are an E7, 20
Yeah.
years. If you're
That makes sense.
or slightly over E6, 20 years max higher tenure. I think at one point they dropped E6 down to 18 years.
Damn.
Yeah, which
Right.
means you need to be above E6 at your 18-year mark or you're out.
Jared, and I had a friend in the RAF who did 30 years as an E6.
That
Now-
is a
Damn.
person who has found their niche.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the thing was that when he joined, the RAF had a system of time promotion. So, provided you passed, provided you met all the requirements for promotion, you got promoted, whether there was a job for you to do or not. And then they decided to stop this, but of course it's in the contract. So what they did was they said, right, we're stopping the time promotion, so you won't get the rank, but we'll still give you your pay grade and your pension.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's riding out the
And of
clock.
course,
Well,
Yeah.
and of course,
So
That
do they
makes-
still increase your pay over time, or they stop doing that as well?
yeah, he gets all the pay increases, assuming that as he did, you get as long as you get recommended for promotion, etc. As you get to the point where you would have got promoted on the time promotion system, you get promoted. You get all the pay increments that you get for being in the, because for senior, for the E7, E8, you get incremental pay as well over the years. He got all that. You just don't get to put the rank up. Which
That is
means, of course,
interesting.
That
which
sounds
means, of course,
awesome.
because what they were doing, they were having warrant officers doing sergeants' jobs, because that's all the posts they had for them. So they stopped the warrant officers from doing the sergeants' jobs. Of course, at this point, all of the promotions are just blocked for pretty much ever. And because he was still a sergeant and doing an actual productive job flying, because they also got to stay flying a lot more, every time they had rounds of redundancy, he escaped them as well.
well, and that was another.
Because you don't get rid of your experienced people, do you?
Oh,
Yeah.
No. So starting in 2007, that's where the U.S. Navy went wrong. Because a lot of their promotion and
Oh, that's right.
higher tenure changes happened. What they ended up doing is a lot of the people who were worth keeping in because of their technical knowledge but had stagnated at either E4 or E5, they processed them out because they stagnated. And then they realized, oh fuck,
That
we
makes
don't
sense.
have people who actually know how to do their job, and now we're wasting money and time on rework
Yep.
and things not getting done. Fuck, we need to fix it.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
got
thing.
out
Like,
right at
the entire
2008,
goddamn military
2009.
needs to bring back fucking technical ranks.
Yeah.
You need to fucking have people who are focused on their fucking job. Not everyone is a goddamn leader. You
Yep.
need people who are just specifically the masters of that particular craft.
You're technicians.
Yeah.
Because either they're gonna leave because the military sucks, or they're gonna go be a fucking contractor. And either way,
charge
you're
a fuck ton more.
and you're end up compensating them like 2 to 3 times as much depending on the job.
Yep. Oh, just so that we don't forget, Tasty had a good question before we started that we got to get back to at some point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there? Oh dear.
What was the question?
So we're predominantly Navy in here, so there is going to be, I'm guessing, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us agreeing on the answer to this question. But let's let the other branches answer first. Although actually no, I think Crew might actually agree on this one, although he's kind of a wild card. But so the question is, which is your favorite uniform that you were issued during your time on active duty?
BDUs.
Okay, so that's tricky because
You know what? I want to say my dress white. I got laid a lot more on those, but comfort wise,
The coveralls?
yeah, BDUs.
I was going to take that
No.
back. I was going to say the ACUs or whatever the when they switched over from using just the armies for the Air Force. Those were really nice, and we didn't have to iron them anymore. So that was a bonus.
Oh, the multicam ones? Yeah.
Ours weren't quite multicam. They were like the Tiger Cam, but yeah.
It was the pre. Actually, you know, I think it's pretty close to the pattern that's on the background of the stream right now.
so that's the Scorpion.
I was gonna say that's closer to the BDUs because ours after we went from the
That's,
BDUs we went to the Digi ones where it was more like
Did you come
pixels.
up? Yeah.
Yeah, the background of the
The
stream
Navy
is
now has a blue
OCPs.
Digi, which fucking sucks. They look retarded.
Yeah.
I'm glad that boy I had to put those fuckers on.
But so I was going with Seabag issue for my initial answer.
Oh.
Not organizational issue. Crew.
Okay, so what was the criteria again? I got distracted while you were talking. Sorry.
Just of the uniforms that you were issued, that was actually part of your Seabag, part of your actual issued uniform allowance. Which is your favorite?
You're not saying a particular fucking uniform that was mandated by my command.
So squadron,
does that not count?
So squadron, what the Navy would call organizational issued clothing, does not count. So this is something that you would have gotten as part of your initial issue, or was part of your standard uniform allotment from basic training, or at some point while you were in.
Okay, gotcha. In that case, I would probably say OCPs. Just because they fit like the ACUs did, and it was roughly the same style of it, but it didn't look like fucking gravel.
That's fair.
So, other than that, they were comfy and had lots of nice pockets. So
my guess on crew's main, crew might agree with this, but we'll see. But I know Jay and Nikki agree with this one, and I think Tech might agree with it as well. The coveralls. Glorified pajamas with rank insignia.
Yeah.
Comfortable as fuck.
Screw that. The only problem I had with
Jared,
those was they weren't as durable as I thought they were.
Well, I was issued
fucking new one.
I was issued 3 of them and bought 2 more when I got to Jacksonville.
Well, when I was in, the coveralls were a command issued thing. Like we got those when we got to the boat. Those weren't issued at boot camp or anything. I don't know if that changed, but
yeah, it changed. I think 2000, 2001. It became an issued item.
It was issued to me in boot camp in '99.
Oh, so 90. Yeah, well,
it was issued to me in 2002.
I went boot camp in 93, and we were not issued coverall. We weren't issued the poopy suits. And
fucking grandfather over here, jeez.
I got the boat gave me my poopy suits.
I have to say I absolutely detested the overalls that we were issued because I could never get them in quite a long enough body length. So every time I bent over, it tried to fucking castrate me.
Nicely done.
That is something to consider. The one-piece uniforms like that, sizing is difficult. If you were an odd body shape like that, I could see why you would hate it.
With your coveralls, that was super comfy.
Yeah, see, if we change the criteria to command mandated, then I'd have to be like, say, Furball and say civvies are obviously the best uniform.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So
It was
those
one issue to you, but
yeah, those don't really count. No, so if we were going with organizational issued items, this is where I'd say that Navy aviation has a lot of you motherfuckers trumped. Camo pants, flight deck boots, and the flight deck jersey.
I was gonna say,
Mm.
I've heard for the Air Force side that the Air Force flight suits are super comfy.
Yeah, now change them to a navy blue with a more pointed collar and a slightly stiffer material initially, but breaks in to be that soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
hated
coveralls.
the fucking dress blues because of the 14 buttons, but then I found out you can switch those to Velcro.
Oh, yes, you
Oh.
can. And not just that, if you know... Let's just say those with talented hands can figure out the trick on how to undo all of the buttons in one pull without
look.
breaking any of them.
When you're drunk and you're trying to take a piss in those fuckers, yeah, it got broken.
See, it's all... Again, this is why you practice sober, so it becomes muscle memory.
Never thought of that.
Okay,
Son of a bitch,
senior...
Why so many fucking buttons?
Wow, one senior chief for my rate, and no master chiefs. Yeah, those are predominantly because motherfuckers are not getting out.
I was gonna say,
Corbin's got
Jared.
7.
We only had one chief.
So
Not the chief.
one week we need to go through the different uniforms that all the services have, and
Wait.
judge who has the best one for that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Give me a minute.
Are we gonna have to go through each variation?
dude,
Yeah,
there's
just
like
current.
15
Fucking
fucking
awesome.
uniforms. We don't have time for that.
Well, I was gonna say, because there are a couple branches where, yeah, we have like 12 to 15 different uniforms if you go by the variations.
No, that's why I said only the ones that all the branches have. So I mean, I think there's like 4 mess dress, your battle uniform, gym, and maybe another one that I'm missing.
Fucking
Oh wait,
like
does Navy still do those fucking yellow fucking gym T-shirts?
Yes.
Oh my god,
Oh my
you guys
God, those
never
are so
changed
fucking
that
ugly.
shit?
No,
I thought they would by
they
now, but I
cha-
guess not.
They changed the cut, and they changed the cut of the shorts. That's it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, but not every different variation, just current, because yeah, that would take way too long.
What? No. So the
Yeah,
reason...
we're talking long sleeves, short sleeves, just for the fucking PT uniform.
What? No,
Yeah.
I mean,
no. So I wasn't even considering the PT uniform. I'm thinking like let's see, Navy. You have your summer dress,
Tight
so
little
your
fucking
dress
shorts
whites,
and goddamn yellow T-shirt.
your dress blues. You have one service working
Yep.
uniform now instead of 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have the camo that is the
Mhm.
replacement of the dungarees and utilities. Coveralls are back as a uniform issued item, but then you can also get into
Wait, they go
your...
into utilities?
No, the utilities are gone, replaced by the camo.
What the? When
Yeah.
did this happen?
That happened in 2008 with the blueberries, and then just 2 years ago they went to a green camo pattern.
What?
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
rarely seeing the
man.
fucking green
The
camo
struggle
pattern.
they went through with
Like,
fucking utilities, man. I hated them.
Yeah, right as I was getting off active duty is when the blueberries were being issued.
Yeah, they announced it when I was getting out in 2004.
Yeah, it took them 4
Wait, you
years to
got out in
fucking implement it.
2004?
well,
Yeah, I got out in 2004.
Yeah,
Jared.
the summer whites for me were fucking awesome. We went out to Maine in those.
Summer whites are gone.
And we go,
Yep.
and then-
what?
Dress whites are the dress uniform are still the whites and blues, but the summer whites and the Johnny Cashes
Yeah?
are now replaced by the service working uniform, which
Oh, fuck off.
I
What?
think the bean counters are the ones who won out, not the actual vote from the fleet, because it's a It's still a black dress pant, similar to the Johnny Cash's, except a thicker material now. And
Why would they do this?
the pant upgrade I agree with, because those thin ass dress pants with the thicker Johnny Cash top didn't make any fucking sense. Looked cool as shit.
No, but it made your junk look good.
So guys, somebody in my ship has a 3D pen, so I was drawing shit with a 3D pen, and I bet you can't guess what I drew.
A penis.
A dick.
Penis? Wow, that was.
Did we get it right?
I didn't say of my issued uniforms. My favorite one were the Johnny Cashes.
Yeah, I love the Johnny Cash. Yeah, see, that's what I thought.
We called it.
Yep.
We
You didn't even draw it in 3D, you lazy bastard.
So
you draw a 2D dick with a 3D pen. What the fuck?
Is not a piece of paper.
Wow.
Hey,
yeah, he's needy for sure.
take
Jesus Christ.
take more time there, Tasty. No, and I agree. The Johnny Cashes, they were comfortable and they looked damn good.
Yeah.
But my only complaint with them was how thin the material of those pants fucking were. So when they replaced it with the service working uniform, they got one thing right by going to a heavier weight material for the pants. However, during the testing process, they had two options: a gray top or a khaki top, similar to the Marine Corps uniforms. Guess which one the fleet voted on?
Don't tell me the khakis.
The
Don't tell me
gray.
khakis.
The gray.
Okay, good.
The fleet voted for the gray. Guess what the bean counters gave us?
Khakis.
Are you kidding me?
The khaki top, because it is the exact same top that the Marine Corps issues to their.
No way.
So it was a
the khaki top I
cost-saving
thought was
issue.
only for chiefs and fucking officers. Now going, this is people wearing khakis too?
Jay, go ahead and pull up the service working uniform.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, so it's the same black garrison cap that you could wear with the Johnny Cashes. And a Marine Corps top.
Oh my god.
With heavier weight black pants.
That makes so much more sense now.
Oh, God,
I was in when they issued the when they did add the battalion cap though. So
yeah. So
I could
change
wear
that
near the end.
change that khaki top for a light gray, and it makes so much more sense for E6 and below.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate
And
those
I would
caps,
answer the
those
and I
garrison
would
caps.
and I would answer liking the
I never had
working
to wear one.
whites, but I didn't like the issued working whites.
No,
Yep.
the CNT is all the
CNTs.
way.
The C and T's I liked, but I did not like the cotton whites.
Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
my, but those the summer whites, right?
Yeah, the summer whites
Yeah.
were the working whites.
Yeah.
So not the dress uniform, the short sleeve button up shirt version.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I went to Maine and lost half my fucking uniform and going to a bar fight.
Why does
Perfect.
that not surprise me?
Here you go, crew. For nostalgia purposes.
Oh yeah.
The CNTs. Yep.
Tasty,
Yep.
what were
Got
you
it.
saying about the whites earlier?
I like the dress whites better than the blues.
Wait, are the new? Did you get the new dress whites that are actually cut like the blues?
The
Yes.
piped dress whites.
Yeah, the piped
Yeah.
ones. Those ones, again, historical nod. I will give the Navy credit for going to that style. I will give them that.
Wait, were your whites not piped before? Like were they the
No.
black?
They were
ones?
just straight
No.
white. You know,
Plain, pure
Oh.
white with the neckerchief.
I actually like the look of the piped whites better than the ones that we had. Our whites were kind of, the whites back in my day were kind of boring because I mean, just
Hold on, Tasty. Here's an image of what they used
White.
to look like.
Yeah, I can never get the neckerchief done right, so I always go pre-rolled from the NEX. So I can never do that shit.
Oh,
I knew how to roll it. I rolled it right and I left it that way.
That looked so wrong.
Smart.
Oh my
So-
god.
That's what I did with my tie
That's
for my
piped
blues.
there. Well, a couple people don't have the piped, but yeah.
So
Yeah,
so the one getting pinned right there, next to L.
Oh, he's not getting paid. It's a uniform inspection.
Oh.
What the
But
fuck
yeah,
is that?
the record keeper and
Then why is he touching it?
No, it's the Stennis.
Hurry, Bradshaw. I got a message for you to tell Katzenberger. Tell him to go suck a dick.
Alrighty then.
Dude.
But
Choke
so
on it.
you can see him
Hey,
side by
Tasty's
side there.
friend, kick his ass.
The dress whites used to be so fucking plain and boring. Going to pretty much the inverse of the dress blues, to me, made sense.
Right.
It looks better.
Yeah, with the piping on the bib and the actual cuffs instead of that wide open shit. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't quite look like once you made some rank and got and you know you got your billboard kind of built. It doesn't look too bad, but
yeah,
especially like when you're I graduated in dress whites. All I had was a national defense ribbon and seaman stripes.
Well, so actually,
Hey, you
here's
earned that national defense ribbon. Don't let anyone take that from you.
so here's actually a little bit of interesting uniform history for the Navy dress uniform for E6 and below.
That's a cheater knot, isn't it?
No. It's called actually tying it and setting it and leaving it alone and having one neckerchief for your blues and another one for your whites.
Yep.
Go to the NEX, get it
Yeah.
pre-rolled, and just hang it up. That's all you gotta
That's
do.
that's
Yep.
that's the way to do it.
Dude, yeah, you get
Yep.
all it, it doesn't matter what branch, your dress blues, your dress whites, whatever the fuck you got,
Complete
You
set,
get that
separate
shit
on its own.
set.
You get it night and steamy hot, like
Man,
you
I
iron
would
out
get
really
mine.
steaming hot, and then roll it, and it will hold like that forever.
Ooh, I think
Oh.
that the knot is very droopy.
I was gonna say
No.
you
You fuckers didn't have to deal with berets.
Nope.
that's
That was actually why I like.
Razor.
That's why I like our dress. I did like about the dress whites over the dress blues and the CTs. I liked about it was the fact that you could press those things and they would hold creases for a while.
Yeah.
I always laughed at the security forces in the Air Force with berets. I'm like, you guys don't deserve berets.
Well, see,
I-
berets are part of the fucking
There are
enlisted
a couple of
dress
pain in the
blues
ass,
in
too,
the
though.
army.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
dude, I could give you the fucking tutorial on how to make the goddamn beret perfect, and I hate that I fucking still know this shit.
Well, isn't there a certain way you have to cup your hand to hold the front edge as you put it on?
Sort of. It depends on how you do it. There are multiple techniques.
I was gonna say,
But first and
I-
foremost, you have when you buy it, the first thing you have to do is shave it. It's
Huh?
it's the
Interesting.
dumbest
Yeah,
shit.
you got to loosen it up.
Well, it's like they're all fuzzy on the outside, and for whatever fucking reason, they have
Oh.
not sold a pre-shaven
That's
beret.
okay.
And
That-
yeah, so yeah, the
That
way
sounds
you
like a
buy it-
military thing. Like, we know we could do this ahead of time for like no cost, but we're gonna make the soldiers do this
Yeah.
Hang
on
on.
their own time.
I got a question of this one right here. What the fuck is with the blousing of the pants and boots? Is it because he's airborne?
Yeah, he's wearing
Yeah.
fucking paratrooper boots. They don't usually
Because
look like
he's-
that.
Special, yeah.
Oh yes, he's so special, so much better than the rest of us. Yeah, us filthy legs.
They look a little too coupley, don't they?
Hey, don't shame that.
Come on, we got-
Don't ask, don't tell's been over forever, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Well, so seeing as how this one came up, a uniform that's come back for the Chiefs and above that actually, to me, I was
Oh.
glad to see him back. It was actually my
Hold
My-
on, let me get the picture of it.
my
Let me get the
pop-up's
picture of it.
favorite uniform, the dress khakis.
Yeah, give me a reference. I don't know what it looks like.
I've never seen anybody wear dress khaki yet.
Oh, that is probably one of the best.
It is
The
beautiful looking.
Marines dress is really
Alright, now
nice
this-
too.
This is the officer's variant right now, Jared. I'm going to cycle through to see if I can find the chief variant here in a minute.
They look fabulous.
There.
It's a little too plain.
It harkens back to World War II because it was right around the 52 is when they started getting rid of it.
That's fair.
It is a little bit less plain than the regular khakis, though.
Yeah.
So what was that, GA?
I think Army just brought back their World War II-esque uniform.
Yeah, the greens. That's what brought it up to brought it to mind there, is because some of that era uniforms are classic and just look the part.
Okay.
Oh, I really wish I would have had one of those. Like, I'm so much better than the Blues.
All right, so this is off topic, but I don't know why this reminded me. Some kid today was like, yo, I want to be put on a Zumwalt class destroyer. And I was like, yeah, there's only 3 of them. No more are being produced because they're a big waste of money. And he was like, you don't know that. They could produce more of them. And I'm like, the project was canceled.
They canceled the contract beyond the 3rd hull, and the only reason why the 3rd one's getting built is because they already laid the keel. Once they realized,
already spent.
Once they realized that the weapons platform that it was supposed to carry was a fucking flop, the ship itself just started to become useless. I mean, they had to retrofit the design to fit the 5-inch naval guns that they ended up putting on the ship to begin with. It was not designed for that platform to begin.
It was made for RP wraps, right?
The railgun. No, they were designing it for the railgun.
Really?
Which ships are those? Or which class of ships?
Zumwalt.
I don't think I know those off the top of my head.
DDG
Navy, though.
1000.
They'll always try and put old shit with new shit.
I swear there was an image of Harvey Keitel in the old khakis.
It's why the USS Wasp would always fucking break down. It was built in the 1980s. They tried to integrate new shit to it, and it never worked.
U571.
But like this guy who it's like, you're a fireman just like me and everybody else here. And I'm like, but I keep up with the news in the Navy because that is my future. Is that a problem?
Yep.
Hey, I had something similar. I had one guy totally defending the fucking F-35 program.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh.
Hey,
And you know what?
I have to say, I'm required to defend the F-35 program. It's the only fucking airplane we'll have soon if we're not fucking careful. Certainly the only airplane we can fly off our bloody boats.
It's called
and we have the bloody B version as well, don't we?
And the B version's the actual problem child in the group.
I know. Exactly.
I hate how much
fucked.
I hate how much the fucking F-35 costs, but I gotta say, the one time I saw one fucking taxi to the end of the runway and then fucking take off on Peterson, I'd be lying if I said it didn't move a little.
It has its moments. It's one of those aircraft that has potential, but the problem with the F-35 and the F-22 is they're great revolutionary and needed steps forward in the technology, but they started at such a time, and computing power and other technologies have advanced so much since they were designed. Major components were already obsolete when they hit the fleet.
Dude, I helped test certain aspects of the fucking F-35 back in like 2016, and that shit's still not fucking up to par. Or like they're still not done with the full thing yet.
Yeah.
So
just saying, but as a on the 1st of April, one of the defence people things that I saw posted was that we were going to buy back a dozen Sea Harriers from you guys when we sold them to you, when we rather early got rid of them, because we're going to get the F-35 in a couple of years' time, so we can get rid of the Harriers now.
15 years later.
That was over 10 years ago.
The military electronics being back is kind of normal. I mean, okay, I was in the 90s working on a fire control system that was introduced in the late 80s, based on 70s technology.
Well, okay. I understand that, because here's the thing. I was working on on systems from an aircraft that saw their last major technical revision and update in 1976.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jared, that's nothing. Radar system I worked on in the late 80s, installed in the 1960s, built on 1950s technology.
Hey,
well, hang on. That sounds about right there, Alan, because I was working on these systems in the early 2000s, and the last update, not when they were designed and implemented and accepted, the last technical update was in the mid 70s. By the way, for those wondering, these are systems from the P3 Orion, which only got retired about 5-6 years ago.
In fact, I wouldn't doubt if a chunk of the cost overruns on the F-35 is them constantly modernizing the electronics when they didn't really have to.
It's all
well.
dev.
They've got a bunch of people learning very old tech to keep systems running that they don't know how. They don't want to remake with new technology or whatever. Like, you have to get people who know like Fortran to run some of these systems, because system still runs on Fortran.
Hey, my $1 million cutting edge computer at Space Command ran on a pirated copy of Windows XP as late as 2017.
Sounds about right.
Nice.
That makes sense.
So
You're not broke, don't fix it.
Here's what the Zumwalt class is supposed to be doing.
Wait, my question is, how do you know it was pirated?
I know it was pirated because it kept telling me to fucking register the copy.
So this is what the Zumwalt class is supposed to do when underway. This is where it spends most of its time.
I will say, I when
It'll
talking
make a
about
great
Navy
museum
ships,
ship.
I worked on some training programs for the LCS line of ships, and those are pretty cool.
Wait, which one? The Freedom or Independence class?
Trimaran
So
we had
or single
both.
hull?
We had both models. I think Freedom is the one that I mostly worked in, though.
Freedom.
So we had full scans of the entire ship, and we developed training software so that people could train for their job without having to be on the ship.
Oh, mentioning ships, did you hear they finally decommissioned the BHR?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, we already discussed it.
It was last week.
He's on a delay.
No, they announced
A 3-week delay?
They announced it about a couple months ago. They finally held the decommissioning ceremony, not last week, the week before.
The USS Wasp
It
is
was on
still
the
commissioned.
15th.
That's
What
been
do
in
you mean?
commission for a while.
Well, crew. The reason why they ended up decommissioning the Bonnie Dick as quickly as they have is because they would have essentially had to build the ship over with the cost, with how much damage there was. So pay 90% of the cost of a new ship to repair this one, or just eat that extra 10% and buy a new ship outright. That was the decision.
I see that. Makes sense.
Yeah. It kind
What
of.
do you think the next BHR is going to be? What kind of ship do you think the next BHR is going to be?
It depends. There's no guarantee that the replacement one's going to be renamed after that one. It'll be a while before they use the Bonhomme name again. But it is one of the names that does keep getting reused. So,
isn't it the Enterprise, the Bonhomme Richard, and there's one other that they always recycle? What's the third?
So wait, does that mean they have
The
to
Connie.
rename the Bonhomme Shop building in Three Lakes? Or
No.
can you keep it that?
oh, crew. Most of the buildings that we remember from Great Lakes are gone.
Uh huh.
Give me a minute. Oh,
shit.
All the H footprint buildings,
Yeah?
they're gone.
Fuck me. Why'd they gone?
RTC.
They're okay. So when I was in Great Lakes in late 2002, they had already started the plans and actually started already telling people that the new barracks, the barracks that Tasty went through, was supposed to more emulate life aboard ship to better prepare the recruits for when they get out to the fleet.
Jesus.
So
Hold on.
So instead of having all the different buildings that we went to for like the class and the shooter and the mess and everything,
At the Epi.
everything that could be in one building was in one building. And
There you go.
that's
you
the
guys have to
building you
march
stay in.
nowhere? Are you kidding me?
Oh, extra J as a security guy. That bothers me.
Oh.
You guys were missing out on having a staying fucking, was it, anchors away going over under the bridge.
Under the footbridge, yep. I remember doing that. And how many times did you have to do that, Tasty? How many times did you cross under the cross that under that the footbridge there?
Dozens of times.
Yeah, because the water
Maybe-
trainer, firefighting, and the confidence chamber are still over on that side.
Yeah, and then you have to go over there for your CAC, your orders.
All your administrative and that training stuff is all on that side of the road. But the BMR training, the classroom stuff, the Marlin spike, all of that, every class, every topic used to be in a different building, Tasty.
Zoom into the tri-ship real quick, the big one with like 3 wings. Zoom into that one and then go to the right of it.
What, this right here?
Right there, that little building, that's Marlin Spike, I think.
That far down, yes, I think that is where it is now. Or is that the?
Yeah, that is Marlin Spike.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to remember where the range is, or did they move the shooter?
Okay, so you see that big building like right in front of the tri-ship, right?
Yep, right up there is
that's the gym, and then to the left of that is live fire.
Yeah.
And then right above that is Sam T, which is like fake gun.
As someone who went through RTC Orlando, what is Marlin Spike?
It's the it's the trainer ship for line handling.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a simulated
our
ship
USS
where you
Blue
did,
Jacket.
damage
Okay.
control and shit on.
Yeah. Otherwise known as USS Never Sail.
Exactly. That's what we call the Wasp too. How coincidence?
Wait, why do you call it the Never Sailed? Because everybody fucking failed it?
No, because it
No, it's
literally
because it's just
cannot
stationary. It doesn't go
sail.
anywhere. Yeah.
What?
It'll never sail.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I figured that one out.
No, every division fucking fails that shit.
Now, they fail you guys on purpose because I actually overheard them trying to find nitpicky shit to fail my division the first go. See, that's the thing is if you pay attention in class before going and doing the hands-on, you can make the job of the instructors difficult. But when you can tell who's not paying attention by all that, oh yeah, the plan for the new are they planning on calling it the Columbia class? Is that official yet?
Yeah, they're still calling it that.
What's the Columbia class? Oh, is that the new
boomer
The new
boat?
ballistic missile boat.
Oh,
No, that looks
my
badass.
question is with what's the namesake of the Columbia class?
DC.
Oh,
District of
Jared.
Columbia.
You
I was
fucking
gonna say,
nerd.
yeah, the Columbia.
I just remembered something you might enjoy.
Oh,
Our when we finished our crew training pipeline, the final test was called the Kobayashi Maru.
nice.
And
Noise.
for the exact
Real
specific
nice.
reason, like in the movies, you're not supposed to pass. Like they do it to try and fail you intentionally.
It's supposed to be the no-win scenario. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we pissed off our instructor because we won. And it was the narrowest of possible paths. Like there, how do I say this without getting classified? You had to keep certain power levels between specific points, and usually you adjust them in like whole numbers, and you might get a little bit of fuzz on either end, like up to 0.3 or 6 or something like that. And so you had to keep it within a very narrow margin. My captain got really ballsy and said, fuck this. And he fucking had it bump power right to the very fucking edge. And the fuzz should have taken us over the fucking limit, but it kept going up to the very limit and then back down, up to the very limit and then back down. He got it right dead nuts on where it was supposed to be. And the whole time our fucking instructor's sitting there just stewing because this was supposed to be his baby, his fucking masterpiece. And we were not supposed to finish it. And we just kept it there and rode it the whole time and just looked at him. And then finally he had to pass us. So
basically you were the QA team.
Oh, we sort of. It wasn't intentional, but we ended up being really good at that.
Yeah.
Yo. So I got a question. Did you guys have shoe chits back whenever you were in the Navy and shit? Like where you could wear shoes with your service uniform?
No.
Wait,
what?
You mean like tennis
Unless
shoes?
you had some sort of
like a light duty
a
shit.
soft shoe profile or something.
You're working
Hang on. What type of shoes?
like tennis shoes.
Yeah, only when you were on a medical limitation.
Oh,
Or on
okay.
PT.
No,
Yeah.
no, with the with the service uniform, with any uniform item that is not your PT uniform, the only way you were allowed to wear tennis shoes was for medical reasons.
True.
Yep,
True.
me too.
And we wouldn't have wanted to wear our issued PT footwear for medical reasons because they were
causing
they
the
were
medical
identical.
reasons.
They were well, yes, because they were the cheapest Dunlop lace-up plimsolls you can get. Absolutely flat.
They
rubber
gave us
sole.
New Balances. What
Yeah.
did they give you guys?
Oh, in the
Converse.
RAF in the 80s, like I say, white canvas plimsolls.
Oh yeah. Is it normal for your coveralls to be like easy as fuck to put on, but like an absolute nightmare to take off? Is
Yes.
that normal?
Semi.
Yeah,
until
sounds
they're
about right.
until they're broken in. Yeah.
I mean, I always get like a size or two bigger than I need to be, but yeah.
Oh, somebody said I should get bulwarks if I'm gonna be on the ship. Is that true?
Yeah, what?
Bulwarks. The ones you don't have to wear the belt with.
Oh, the
Oh,
the FR ones. Those are actual
No.
organizational issue. If you're working in the engine room, those are the coveralls you have to wear down there.
yeah. The belt comes in handy when you're on the ship. You're going to want your belt.
Well, the belt comes in handy for the first aid response issue.
True. Yeah, true.
It was just a place to keep my
Um,
TLD.
But yeah, you can keep your knife on it. You can keep all kinds of shit on it.
Yeah. Belts are useful.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you allowed to have a knife clipped to your belt?
Depends on what
Depending
your
on
command.
what your job is.
Yeah, depends on your job. Depends on your
How much
command
of an
too.
asshole your SNCO is.
I could not.
Our
do-
entire
a multi-tool
division had
and a knife.
unipliers.
So I could not do a multi-tool or anything like that on my uniform because I would go up to the flight deck often. So FOD hazard, I could not do that.
That sucks because my command allowed it. In fact,
They encouraged
we
it.
could we
Yeah,
could
we
have,
didn't have a
as
flight
long as
deck,
they're
so-
black, we could have multi-tool and a
The
within
flashlight.
reason pocket knife.
Yeah,
Well,
4
we were
inches or
kind of
smaller.
encouraged with that too.
3-inch blade. 3 or
No,
3.5-inch blade.
for us, we could get I think 5.
Oh, ours was 4-inch.
2-inch.
We're talking about different sizes. They're tasty.
Yeah, it was-
No, I'm talking about blade side.
Yeah,
The
we know,
size you
bud.
were thinking
Yeah,
I
it
was
had to be a
talking
3-inch
about is
blade.
about less than an
Yeah,
inch.
Can be longer than a 3-inch.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Shore station, I could have my pocket knife on me whenever. But when I was on the ship, because like I said, I was one of the QA guys, so I was often going up to the flight deck. I could not have a pocket tool or a pocket knife on me like that because of the FOD requirement. Anything that I brought up with me had to be in a toolbox with a shadow placement for everything, or I didn't bring it with me at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have one time I had to go to a police station or whatever, well in uniform, and I'm sitting there before I go to the metal detector going, here, you can hold on to this and this and this as I pull out all the metal knives and tools and stuff that were in my pockets. I'm like, I'll just leave those with you until I get back.
Oh, so flight deck, hangar deck, on the carrier, if you're there, and actually a lot of AIMD guys as well, organizational issue, the woodland camo pants, the flight deck rated boots, and the colored jersey, the turtleneck, long sleeve turtleneck, that is actually very comfortable.
I mean, look, if you're working on a flight deck, you look like a fucking skittle. They all look retarded.
Well, but there's a good reason for it. If you see
Purple guys are
Which
the
was
okay. So I actually know the flight deck jersey colors. So like, the guys that wear brown are the ones that do like repairs and shit. The guys that are red are like.
Nope. You've
Wrong
already. You've already screwed it up.
what?
The purple
I
guys
thought
are
it was
fueling,
brown was
though.
repaired.
No. Hang on. Let's go through the jersey colors. Brown, those are your plane captains. Those are the squadron guys who
That ain't gonna
technically
happen.
own the aircraft. Yes, they do a lot of PM stuff, but they are not the repair guys. Those are your green shirts. That's what I was. Green shirts
Dude,
are your
you shouldn't
maintenance.
You shouldn't have told him. You should have just let him fuck that one up on his own.
It's not
That
my
would have
style.
been
Yeah.
that would have been bad.
But let's go down. Let's go down the rest of the colors. What are the yellow shirts?
Yellow shirts
I-
are like the catapult guys and shit. I forget what the technical term for them is. I think
So basically,
those
the
are
best way to do
those
this,
are the aircraft.
and
the
this
directors.
is again still not ideal.
Yep.
The best ideal is to get your trig standings up, which is fucking an asinine grind. But your best bet if you're going to try to do filaments is do what I do, is take in a ship that can scan, because there's always 2 exit wormholes. Almost always, anyway.
I don't think Nikki is supposed to be telling us that.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say that was a bit random. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so-
guys. I was 2 different columns.
no, we understand. So
all good.
not every job is actually listed here correctly. Your yellow shirts are, yes, your directors and your shooters.
Yeah.
White shirts, yes, it is safety, but those
Also special case people also, right?
Nope.
Medical?
Safety, and your landing signal officers do the white jerseys. So the LSO platform back by the fantail that wave off the aircraft as they're coming in, their vests and shirts, if they're not wearing their flight suit, because they're all aviators, are white.
So it's been a while for me, but the green shirt, it says hooks planes to catapults. I'm on HD. We didn't have a catapult or a hook, and we still had green shirts. What the fuck did they do?
Maintenance.
Okay.
Your final checkers, any of your squadron, or if you have AIMD up there helping with maintenance, your troubleshooters. Your troubleshooters and maintainers.
Gotcha.
So on the carriers, on the big boys, the person who actually presses the button to shoot off the catapult, they take the command from the yellow shirt, and it's a green shirt that actually hits the button.
Isn't it an AME that actually launches planes?
AME, ABE. AMEs are your framers. Anything that has to do with flight deck operations that is not a technical specific rate. So like an AT will be up there with a green shirt as either a squadron level troubleshooter or the eye level QA rep for a plane check like me. Your actual other handlers, your other green shirts up there, they're ABE. Aviation Boatswain's Mate Equipment. Your blue shirt there are your ABHs. Aviation Boatswain's Mate Handling. Those are the people who actually drive the tractors around at the direction of the yellow shirts.
So basically what you're saying is you want to be a yellow shirt if you're going to be on the flight deck.
Depends on what you want to do.
True.
Because you can have a lot of fun in the silver.
Oh, that's true.
Crash and recovery. You're literally sitting there waiting for something to happen to actually do a job. But crash and salvage also, if they're not in the suit, they're wearing red. Same with your GMs and AOs. Your ordnance
Does this look
handlers.
a little better?
This one, let's see, fuels, yup. Handlers, operators, elevator operators, yup. That's right for the blue shirts. Yep, green, catapult and arresting gear crews, air wing maintenance, cargo handling, ground support troubleshooters, hook runner, yep. That is right for the green shirts. Yellow, handling officers, catapult and your shooters and directors, yep. Ordnance men, crash and salvage, and EOD when EOD's around, yep. Yeah, brown. Air wing plane captains. Air wing line handling petty officers. The squadron line division are your brown shirts. They are in charge. They technically own the aircraft. So if you see the name that's typically an airman on the nose gear door of an aircraft, that is the actual person in the line department that is responsible for that aircraft. Don't give a fuck about the officer name up top, because that's 9 times out of 10, that's not the actual officer flying that aircraft.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they put the aircrew's name up by the canopy like that on some bird in the squadron, just so everyone's represented that's a pilot or NFO. The name
Air Force is similar.
Yeah, the names that actually matter are the actual plane captain, which is down on the landing gear door. That one matches up.
Hey, Tasty, you should go be a CTR.
Ooh.
'Cause that's what I was, I guess, is the
Navy equivalent.
The Navy equivalent of what I was, yeah. I just been looking it up this while you guys were talking about that. So I was like, what the fuck I trained with Navy, so what the fuck were they called? So
yeah, CT has
I wonder
a lot
if there's
of
a color blind. I wonder if there's a color blindness, because that's what got Tasty. So
if you're
you can be color,
so
you can be colorblind.
Colorblind.
So CTs, you can be colorblind as long as you're not a technical CT. So like CTN, he wouldn't be able to do that because you're actually working on the network equipment.
No, I could have been a CTN. Yeah. I could have been a CTN.
Which one's the repair?
CTM. Mike.
I
don't know.
I'm
looking at the Wikipedia page for it right now. So
yeah, they're.
I was gonna say, go comms. Comms is awesome.
Hey, I'd be fucked if I was a CTI.
Why?
Because
What's
it's
a
a
CTI?
linguist.
Fuck learning
No.
a new language.
Oh no,
Oh.
dude!
Hey,
you
man,
get to go
a
spend
lot of
2
those
years
guys
at
have-
DLI.
Yeah, a lot of those guys have great jobs and stuff.
Oh, your promotion
Plus
rates
you get
are
a-
fucking nuts.
Yeah, plus you get some awesome stations with those.
Yeah, I failed at being one of those. That was
Yeah,
my
I'm no
first
good.
pick.
You passed mine, I think.
So CT, that's what I was looking at. Is oh god damn, the quality fucking sucks through memes.
Yeah.
Yep. So CTM, you would not. No. Where's that CT? Yeah, CTM. The maintenance you wouldn't be able to do. The technical CTT is the other one that you wouldn't be able to do.
I know for a fact you could do CTR because a buddy of mine, Army side, I was training with is colorblind. Yep, it says it right there on the Wikipedia page. Synonymous with Army Job Specialty 35 Sierra.
Oh yeah, CTA was the ones that merged.
I think my rating badge is one of the most simple ones, to be honest.
PTOs are gone.
Yeah, CTOs are gone. They either cross-rated to CTN or went into the IT rate. Their EWs used to be their own rate. Now they're part of CTT.
Oh yeah, see, that's the funny thing is that I was an EW for space, but we don't have a fucking MOS for that really. So it was just kind of they were actually trying to get they were lobbying Big Army to make Space Command have its
Hey, look
own
under the
fucking
engineering
MOS.
rates.
Yeah.
Look under the engineering rates.
When
Hey, there's
I
the
was
bar.
in,
Hey, the bar stole the seatbelt. There we are.
they changed our classification or whatever, and so we all got switched around. We went from 3Cs to 3Ds.
I saw my my rate.
Triple D.
Best rate, by the way.
Yep.
No, you're wrong. BM is the best rate.
Got all those discontinued rates.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, I'd be fucked with that 1.2% advancement rate.
That's it. We still had mess
But
management
the thing is, you'd
specialists.
be
when I
having
was in.
a lot of fun as a BM. A lot of fun.
Yeah, you
We still had-
kind of need to.
I was gonna say I had some friends that were comm people on subs, and they had a lot of fun. I mean, when people weren't bringing them stupid problems. My one buddy one day he said they brought him a computer with a screwdriver through the screen, and they said fix it.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
we
just
had
looked at him
storekeepers.
and he's like, you can't fix that. He's like, the best I could do is pull the hard drive out and put it in another computer. And he goes, oh no, you can't do that. This is our top secret laptop. If you pull the hard drive out, it destroys the hard drive as a security measure. And he's like, well, then it's done.
Well, at least it's toast
Yeah,
now.
exit.
Yeah. He's like, why'd you put a screwdriver through it? He's like, we didn't think it'd go all the way through.
but why did you even try?
Go all the way through.
It's funny because I don't find this story hard to believe at all.
The same reason why when I worked on the maintenance thing and I came down and they had the tough books for their manuals, and I came down and there was one just absolutely smashed to pieces, and I went, what the hell happened to it? And they go, we ran it over with the 18K. I go, why? And I go, well, they said that it could take, being run over. We just wanted to see how much it could take. And I go, was it open or closed when you did it? And they go, open. I was like, oh, God. So you didn't even try to protect it at all.
No.
At least I don't have to fix it. But God damn.
A buddy of mine had a similar story about when they were disposing of top secret hard drives, and so they didn't have the fucking hard drive shredder, so they had to go out with an anvil and some sledgehammers and just beat the living shit out of them until they were pieces. So they took the pieces to the SSO and they're like, okay, here, these are the old hard drives. What do you think? And he's like, I need more. And they didn't really question that, so they went back outside and beat him into even smaller pieces, and they brought it back and they were like, okay, how about now? And he's like, no, I mean more, like I need paperwork. I need something to sign off to say that these are now properly destroyed.
See, this is why clear, concise communication is key.
Yep. Oh, man. I tried to talk one SSO into letting me melt some with a blowtorch, but he didn't want to do that. I don't know. It was weird. It was overseas.
Well,
we didn't have the proper equipment.
Well, why would you not want to do that?
He wanted to do it. He wanted to dispose of them properly with like a shredder or something like that. And I told him,
It's a blowtorch.
Look, you're the SSO. We have a blowtorch. I can make it so no one can ever extract any top secret information off of those hard drives ever again. You're the one who has to sign off on it. So, but he said no, and we had to fucking bundle them up and sneak them back into the U.S.
Speaking of paperwork, when I was in, they had actually finally they just started making the parts requisition forms electronic. I'm only telling this because this is what the military does. But, so they made these forms electronic. It was a great sell on us because you have this form, you could just fill it out, you could electronically send it to the storekeepers. Except you filled it out electronically and then still had to go fill out the paper form. Because government.
That sounds about right.
Hey, Tech, you were on the Hampton, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
What'd you find?
The anticipation.
And while he's getting that up, Athens, yes, they do use degaussing machines. They're a ton of fun. They kind of feel like the machine from Ghostbusters where you put the ghost in, because you slide the hard drives in, you lock it up, you turn it on, and it just goes boom, and then you pull them out.
That's new.
Yeah.
That's new.
Whoa. Hello.
What the swood?
Yeah, that whole thing right there and right in front of the deck
this must be a Tiger cruise.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if it's a Tiger or visitors aboard, one of the things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looks like you got a bunch of civilians.
Yeah, see, for my Tiger cruise, I kind of screwed that one up a little bit. Yeah, my whole family decided they want to show up for my Tiger cruise. I had no idea they were going to show up, so they had no idea they were going to spend the night. They brought nothing with them.
Oh.
Yeah, the attack center where I stood watch would be behind where the guy with the video camera is at. So.
All right,
They should have tied something from the overhead so you could actually see how well they
get the orientation. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't really. There's so much stuff's in the way. You're not really getting the full effect there.
Yeah, no, you get a better effect with the Michigan one here. Hold on.
There are way too many people in control. And there's too much equipment in the way.
Huh. We just had a shake weight in the skiff. That was the only fun thing that was in there.
So this was
the real fun thing is like when you put the fun thing is like when you take the camera and you put it level with the deck while you're doing angles and dangles and do like one finger push-ups.
No, God's Auditor. Flammable and explosive are different. It's a different chemical reaction.
I get that, but we make fire.
Yeah, this is showing a bit better now.
This is
You just go boom, boom.
This is
Angles and dangles.
This is the SSGN conversion.
See, now it's really funny when they tilt the ship back the other way and that guy gets punched in the jaw. Is this a sub or a ship?
Yeah, this is
That's
a
sub.
This is the USS
Okay.
Michigan.
So what angle?
That's
of
what I was
dive do you
figuring.
have to-
They get to about 30.
Yeah. There might be a little bit of over
Yeah.
30, maybe, right there. Hard to
That
tell.
Well,
looks
ships
like
can't do more than 45.
Well, they could, but generally that's,
Well, if they
that's
do,
a really effed up
if they
day.
do, the whole top end kind of falls off of it.
Actually, there's another problem, but I won't tell you what it is. But
Oh, there's a bigger problem than that. Tell me what that
there's
is.
a really big problem if you take too big of an angle. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think something about mounts breaking and certain parts of the power
No.
plant and
You're getting closer when you're talking about the power plant. Yes.
Does it? Is it what happened to the Thresher or something?
no. It probably did. No, because the Thresher scrammed before they got to that angle.
Yeah.
All right, fuckers.
I won't tell you what the
gotta
angle
go.
is, but there is a certain angle where, if you at too high an angle, what happens is the steam bubble leaks out of the pressurizer.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
Lovely. Well, you guys have
Why is
fun.
that
I
a
gotta go
problem?
house
All right,
husband
later,
some
GA.
shit.
Because it
think-
collects in the reactor core,
and then things go boom.
Oh,
and now
Things
you
go
don't
boom,
have any
boom.
water flow in the
Gotcha.
reactor core to cool the core, so it gets hotter and hotter
Right.
and hotter. Do you see where we're going now?
oh. Yeah. That's no bueno. Although for kicks, I would try to do something so stupid, but that's just me.
Isn't that what happened to a couple of the Soviet subs?
Mm,
Or one of them?
I don't.
Unknown?
I have no
I
idea what
don't-
happened to some.
Yeah, from what they've released, it's not that any of them exceeded the
Jared.
angle to cause the casualty. They had other things go wrong to cause the reactor casualty, which then resulted in other things.
The Russians did some very unsafe reactor shit.
So I got
Uh,
something
d-
to tell
whoa,
you guys. I got something
They
to
did
tell you guys that'll
some?
bring you great pain.
Well,
All right, so with the BHR fire, you know how they had civilian firefighters on board because they were in port and all that. So
Yeah,
there
it's
were
during the
other
maintenance.
ships, civilians, everybody was helping them. Yeah, so whenever the civilian firefighters got on board, they were fighting fires like they would in a house. So they were dragging their knees against the non-skid and tearing up their knees.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it.
But we had a Russian sub parked next to our ship in Norfolk.
maneuvering trainer.
I mean, not a sub. Sorry, I think it was a fucking destroyer or some shit.
Some fancy
But
looking
yeah,
shit.
our ships are haze gray. Theirs are straight fucking black. I'm like, that's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, this is a TTF in Banger.
Okay.
And look at those blueberries.
Do you
They're,
miss
they're
the
glad
taking,
I-
they're taking the
Glad I never had to wear that fucking uniform.
Right? Fucking A.
they're taking the this crew, this TV crew on an emergency surface.
Oh. Yeah, Sean Carroll has it right. Russian reactors always check the welds. Always. And
And
not
those liquid sodium reactors in the Alpha.
Oh god, yes. See, those
Those
are
things leaked radiation.
that's the thing. I will give the Russians I will give them credit for wanting to try different cooling archetypes for their reactors. It's just
Okay. Yeah, they built a whole class of boats with liquid sodium reactors. We built one and then retrofitted it with the pressurized.
Yeah.
May I direct people to a YouTube channel that people may find interesting on this topic?
Maybe.
No.
Which one?
It's about
Sure.
he does a lot of shit on like nuclear disasters and what actually happens with them.
Doesn't narrow it down because I know a few channels that have gone over it.
It's some like British dude. Okay, it's like some British dude.
That really narrows it down.
Yeah, because I can think of probably about 5 of them off the top of my head.
All right, so here's
The first 2 being Mike Felton and Lindy Beige.
No.
Lindy Beige was the one I was thinking.
No. He has a white profile picture.
Why's it got to be white?
It's like
why
it's
it's gotta
like
be white?
monochromatic, so it's like black outlines with like white. It's all white. It's like very simplistic.
Okay. Why don't you just give us the name of the?
Oh, it's called Plainly Difficult.
Oh, Sean Carroll had it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one. I don't think.
I probably stumbled across that one at some point.
Hey Jay, did they in the trainer? Did they ever have you go like full dive on the planes and full port rudder?
I believe so. Groton.
Yeah, there's they did it to show the effect because actually the way our subs are designed, there's kind of a fail safe in case you're having like a diving plane issue, because if you're actually taking the rudder starboard, it gives a slight lift on the boat.
So
and if you're going port, it pushes it down.
So it's kind of like a plane.
I was gonna say so I don't want to change the conversation, but real quick back to Tasty. Your color blindness does it affect with grays? Because his icon is a gray face with a black beard
and a white background,
a black eyebrows, and you know, like black dots for eyes.
Listen, I didn't look at the profile picture. It just went off of memory, bro. Give me a break.
Nope, no breaks.
Thing this is, bro.
What have you qualified to do in the Navy yet?
I'm qualified to go and do engineering. I mean, I
rub one out. That's about it.
Yeah, I've passed, which makes me considerably better than the boatswain's mates.
Burn.
What's a boatswain's mate?
Yeah.
Shut up.
What the fuck do they do? Just sit around and play with.
What the fuck's an AT? I don't know.
You Navy guys and your little rafts.
We literally have no boatswain's mates.
Don't mistake the Navy for the fucking Coast Guard.
So,
I mean, at least they're a full branch of the military, unlike the Marines.
Okay, so my question is there like have you guys ever experienced a hatchet war in your time in the Navy, or was that like officer just talking some shit?
That was an idiotic officer who thought he was king shit and didn't realize just how little he knew about the enlisted around him and what the how it doesn't matter how good of an officer you are. If you lose the support of your enlisted, you're fucked.
Oh, you're done, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy...
No, that officer was an entitled fucking piece of shit.
And he's
pisses me off.
Well, and here's the thing.
He got masted.
Up to 03, it's just time in. As long as you don't get in trouble, then timer resets.
Yeah.
Even had he not gone to mast, he still would not have been selected for lieutenant commander.
No.
Oh, is this the Argentinian sub?
Yep.
What? So does you sub guys probably know what's going on with that sub that went missing that everybody's looking for?
It's still missing.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
The ocean is a very big place.
So I heard some sent some PA to go find it and shit.
It took us what, like 30 years? No,
To find
20
the
years to
thresher.
find the thresher?
Yeah.
I'll give you a clue. It's probably at the bottom of the ocean.
Now, so
somewhere.
Now
It's somewhere on the ocean.
Well, here's the thing though, Tech. Here's the thing though, Tech. Part of why it took so long to find the thresher is we didn't have as high a definition of side scan sonar that we did up until that point.
Hey, didn't they find the Titanic on accident while looking for the thresher, and then
No.
they used the Titanic
No.
as a...
No.
But the technology that they did find on Titanic, Ballard had developed that from when he was looking for the thresher.
Yeah,
so it was a carryover of the technology, but it wasn't like they found one place.
Well, so if I remember correctly, it was actually kind of like a handshake deal. I will do this and search for the thresher if you then let me go and look for the Titanic after.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was part of the agreement for him to use the research ship and the ROV and advanced side scanners. The Navy will let him do it, but you got to look for the thresher first. Then you have this window to find the Titanic.
Wasn't the thresher wreck like really close to the Titanic though? Like
No.
No.
I thought it was. I must have misread that somewhere.
No, it was
You
easily
thought
a
wrong,
few
Buddha.
days travel away. Like the transit time from the thresher to their search area for the Titanic ate up about a quarter of their allotted time that they had to search for the Titanic just to get there.
Sheesh.
Oceanic travel is not as quick as some people think it is.
No, I know it's slow as fuck, but I thought it was just closer.
Nope.
They actually used to have it on. They used to have it on here on Google Earth, where you could search for the Titanic, and it would show you where the site was. It was somewhere right around here, if I remember correctly.
I
thought
think
it was further out.
A little close to land there. Yeah, it's a little bit further out because it was about.
Yeah, it was right on the
2
shelf,
days
though. It was right on the shelf, still.
And the thresher's like...
No, it's right here. That's right. The
I thought
thresher
it was
was
off the shelf.
It's like right off the shelf, a little bit further south, but yeah,
Right
near
around there.
Yeah.
So its voyage was pretty much almost done whenever it sunk.
The Titanic, it was 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, it was 2 days out, I think, something like that. I was looking it up the other day.
left over here. All the way this way.
How mad would you be?
Luckily,
if you were
though,
on
the Titanic was
2
unsinkable.
days out and you fucking died.
Well,
So,
I'd be dead,
go-
so I wouldn't think anything much of it at that point.
Go back, zoom back in, and then see that part that juts out a little bit to your right,
This here?
where it
No,
juts out
south.
No, further down.
The shelf,
The
the continental
shelf.
south,
The-
all the way
Oh,
right.
right down here.
Yeah.
Yep. So pull that towards the center. So and then go about halfway down to that where you've got the little like mountain ranges, and it's down in that area.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture of when I'm.
Give me just a second. I think.
But that's a good distance. You know, that's still a good distance from New York when you're talking about like, what would the
Oh, you're
Titanic
going
been
to
done?
New
Maybe
York?
like, maybe 20 knots.
I think
Top speed was pushing 20, but its cruising speed was low teens.
Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3 days because there were papers that, like, were still reporting, like, that the Titanic was coming in as, like, they were also getting news that it had sank.
Yeah. And you have to remember that as she was going for the blue ribbon, she was kind of tanking across a bit.
Yeah.
She weren't cruising at normal cruising. She was
She was booking.
Yeah.
She was cruising as quickly as she could.
Right into an iceberg.
Yeah, that's the thing. They ought to have slowed down because of the ice, but because they wanted to go for the record, they didn't.
Now,
big ships go
because
really
she's
fast. They take a
unsinkable.
while to get up there, and they take a really long while to get down from there too.
yeah, momentum is a
A nurse is
thing.
a bitch.
Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah, I mean, I've only driven bloody small boats with a 5 mile an hour speed limit, and even they can get a bit out of hand at times.
And multiply that.
I was talking to somebody in Discord the other day about they were talking about like UFOs and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, the biggest problem with calling any of them aliens is that interstellar space travel is kind of a problem.
This
We're
is what I
talking
was
about
looking for.
the time scales that it takes.
You know what? So I don't think there's been aliens to visit Earth from the simple fact that if I was an alien, I wouldn't fucking visit here.
Evaluate from
We're
orb.
probably this sequestered, like, backwoods planet. We got like a no-fly zone around us.
Evaluate from orbit. Realize, fuck those crazy bastards. We're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar with that connection. If the Lusitania hadn't been sunk, we might not have had AMC cars. Excuse me.
All right. How is that connected?
I don't
I'm
get it
not
either.
sure.
I mean, I'm not
I
saying
know
that
I'm
it
slow,
could be
but fuck
like
me.
because all sorts of things are crazily connected, but I'm just kind of curious how those two are specifically connected.
Yeah, that's like an interesting. Like, what connects
See,
those?
what happened was he's full of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's one of those stories.
I forgot what ship it was, but there's a ship made out of the wreckage from 9/11.
The USS,
Yeah, it's called the New York.
Yeah,
New York.
the New York. Yeah.
and it's not made out of the wreckage, but they did reuse some of the steel in
Yeah.
the bow, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's
I
not
was gonna
100%
say-
made out of wreckage, but it contains metal that came from.
Came from
Yeah.
towers.
I was gonna say the USS Middle Finger. Wait,
Actually-
we turned your wreckage into a cannon, and now we're going to launch projectiles that are also made from that wreckage at you.
Well, Donkey, think about it though. If I remember correctly, it's a San Antonio class transport dock. So it's an amphibious assault ship. So talk about really taking the fight to them.
Yeah.
And I actually had the opportunity to get stationed on one of those as a LCAC navigator. Kind of wish I'd taken that option now.
Yeah. I guess you don't love the CAC that much.
Nope, not really.
Nope.
That and I
No,
didn't want to be
not at
stuck
all.
on I didn't want to be stuck on
Okay.
a ship full of Marines, anyways. I'd feel my IQ dropping.
See, now you know why when I was leaving the Kitty Hawk, I was given the options of the Boxer or Sea Optet and Whidbey Island.
You know what they say.
I would have went with
Only
Boxer
good-
actually at that point.
Oh,
you know,
no,
Whidbey
no.
Island.
Oh no. You think I wanted to deal with the op tempo of a Gator freighter for a year? Fuck that.
You know what they say? The only
Okay.
good Marine is a submarine.
Oh.
What's funny though
Wow.
is for basically the equivalent of anywhere from 10 to, depending on where we're deploying, from 10 to 20 minutes, I could actually tell Marine officers to sit down and shut the fuck up.
We need to get some Marines in here. So we
Well,
can
no.
mess with
The thing is as the navigator, I'm in the position of an actual officer. I am to be treated as an officer while the ALCAC is actually doing its job. Once we've dropped them off, it's back to normal. I go back and wait for them to tell me to come pick them up.
No, yeah. No, I wasn't saying about your story. I was just saying, that way they're represented in all of the shenanigans.
Main Gun has been dealing with some stuff away from the computer, which is why he isn't here, but he is our resident jarhead, and I actually kind of miss the bastard.
Tanker. I do too.
Also, for an episode about shenanigans, we haven't been saying shenanigans enough.
True that.
What are you saying, Meow?
We're saying we haven't
Shenanigans,
said
Meow.
shenanigans enough.
I didn't know we had a jarhead.
Who's the jarhead?
Main Gun.
Main Gun. He hasn't been on in a while, so he's
Okay.
Yep.
he was a Marine tank guy.
So, owner of
Oh,
Hudson
nice.
Cars was on the Lusitania and was changed by the event, sold the company to someone else, and later that became AMC, was watching Rise and Fall of AMC on a regular Cars channel. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Wait, are
so...
you talking about RCR?
No, AMC.
No, I mean the regular Cars channel.
Yeah. Extra J was talking about it. Because he had made the connection between the Lusitania sinking and the AMC car company.
I love RCR. He's so funny.
I was already subscribed to too many fucking channels. I had to go through and do a cleansing of that and Discord servers.
Yeah. Gotta do that every once in a while.
Got rid of about half of them. Regular car reviews.
Yes.
I think I've seen a couple of his videos. He's just...
Oh, they're fucking great.
He's special.
Indeed.
Oh, dude, he does car reviews like he's fucking brain damaged, and it is the funniest shit.
Oh, what about his motorcycle reviews? He goes off the deep end even further. But actually, that is something. So for all of you people out there who are wondering why the title name and everything and the wonderful reference that was made, we watched two rather hilarious, rather stupid, silly movies this week on the server. Me, Myself, and Irene, and Super Troopers.
Oh, I love Super Troopers.
You can't say that's stupid because that's fucking awesome.
It was stupid funny, but in a good way.
Sure.
Yeah. Some good stupid humor.
Yo, I need to go turn the delivery. I'll be right back.
But a pistol whip the next person who says shenanigans.
Hey, Farva. What's your favorite restaurant there? The one with all the goofy shit in the walls and the mozzarella sticks? What, you mean Shenanigans?
Put that away.
Farva's number one. Farva's number one.
I want a liter of cola. What?
Oh,
I want a liter of cola. No, a liter of cola.
And a liter of cola. He's a cop. Don't spit on it.
Does that look like spit to you? Uh-huh. Well, now I'm gonna eat it anyways. Fucking Farva. Oh, it wasn't until we were watching it that I remembered, because I saw her on the fucking screen. Of all the people to get a simple cameo in it, Linda Carter as the state governor.
Yeah.
Wait, what was she in it?
She was the state governor. So when they had that, when they were doing the press conference for the drug bust and they, the town cops showed off the really big stash. Yeah, that was Linda Carter.
Oh, shit. Damn. All right.
And they're...
No, I could watch that movie all day. That shit's fucking hysterical.
Watched Beer Fest the other night.
Ooh, that's another good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beer Fest. Yes.
That's
Fucking Germans, though.
that's actually what we started out with, the idea and the premise behind the watch parties through Discord, was just to watch something that was good, funny, and didn't take itself too seriously. You know, what entertainment used to be before people got overly political.
Indeed. Well, I gave Meat Donkey my fucking, what was it, HBO Max password and shit. So she should be over there watching the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Hell yeah, we
on
watched
Discord.
it last night, and we're gonna do it again right after this show because it's awesome.
Hey,
Nice.
Johnny Cassius, yeah. And he was a boomer patroller.
Nice. Yeah, the black looks good.
Yeah,
That is not black.
it's navy blue. Might as well
Wow.
be black.
Okay. I
Wait,
figure you call it cash for a reason.
what is the Johnny Cash is because it's literally all black head to toe, with
Yeah,
the exception
yeah,
of the candy.
That's why I said I assume you call it the Johnny Cash is for a reason.
Yep, so there's the dolphins, and then the boomer deterrent patrol pin. You know, it's interesting how they kept with that badge, but they stopped utilizing the fast attack one.
Yeah. Part of that's like fast. I mean, I can't speak other times, but at least when I was in, fast attacks didn't do patrols like that. Like we might do a deployment like with the med crews, or at least in the Atlantic Fleet, we would do under ice stuff still. But
Yeah, can confirm we didn't do patrols, nor we did. The only closest thing we would have had to a billet of patrol was helping the Coast Guard hunt down drug smugglers.
Well,
because we were like,
not even when you're paired with the carrier battle group.
Our billet, we never would have got a billet that would have compared us with a carrier battle group.
we
At
did.
least not while I would have been in, because I got out early, and even the one after the next one we would have went on, if I would have stayed in, we would have been in the Middle East. So we might have been attached to a carrier battle group, but it would have been more us independent, and then
Yeah, but you submariners have to go all the fucking way around Africa while we go through the Suez. Fuck
bullshit.
me, y'all.
No.
No.
Suez is deep enough.
No, it ain't.
For a
How
fast
deep?
attack, it is.
For a fast attack,
For
not
a fast
not a
attack,
boomer.
it is.
Oh.
Fast attack doesn't need all that much space to dive.
our surface draft was like
It's like 20-something feet.
20?
Isn't it?
Yeah. I was gonna
well,
say
it varies. I'm
20-something.
not sure what yours is. Ours was about 24, 25 feet.
Yeah, a little over 2/3 of the submarine is submerged underneath the water. But yeah, we do have that safety margin. But yeah, the Suez Canal is nothing. We could literally run at periscope depth the whole time.
I
in the
can't
Suez
speak for the
Canal.
boomers, but at least a fast attack.
No, we were drafting high 30s, low 40s. So yeah, no.
Like I said, we could have definitely made it
But, like,
through.
But you'd be at periscope depth, though, which still isn't, you have to be fully submerged.
If periscope depth is fully submerged.
Well, not
Barely.
really, but yeah. Barely.
We likely wouldn't go through the Suez Canal submerged, though. You'd go through it.
No,
you'd go through surface, so.
it'd be surface transit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the at this SuezCanal.gov.Egypt webpage, it looks like that we could have theoretically gone through the Suez Canal surface on my ship.
But you're not going to do that on a boomer because your job is go out to this block, be a hole in the water.
Yep.
But like, going back at the patrol thing, like even when we were attached to it, because my boat did get attached to carry a battle group, so every couple of years we were doing. In fact, the first one when I went on was the last battle group that the America went on before she was decommissioned. But yeah, you would spend time with the battle group itself crossing the Atlantic, but with some rare exceptions, you were just kind of off on your own once you got into the patrol area.
Theater. Yeah.
Because we might do go this spot over here and do a month of ELENT, hanging off a coast doing ELENT.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I know
true.
for
I
a
mean,
fact. No.
With our battle group,
exactly...
we hardly ever saw each other except for unwraps and shit. But yeah, other than that, we rarely saw other ships.
Well, to be fair, this is the same reason why I said I know exactly that this a fast deck can go through the Suez, because on our mini deployment we were doing, we weren't going through a canal, but we were very, very close to someone's shores. And almost the whole time at periscope depth or maybe slightly deeper.
Hey, Jared, look at the title of the video.
We transited straight to Gibraltar, submerged. Twice.
Oh, okay. I was looking at that. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like the AC video. Oh, it's the ad. Yeah. Oh, what about how much shit AC had been getting in the comments?
I haven't looked at the comments for it yet.
Oh, you got to read the comments for it, because while...
Oh, I can already see the pinned one. Hold on.
Were people not happy about that?
Well, people loved the movie Major Payne, and they were letting angry cops know about it.
I don't care what anybody says. Angry Cops is the fucking man.
He is. And what I love is he has enough self-deprecating humor to put a video out like this and see all of the people who, okay, yeah, it wasn't meant to be a documentary. It was meant to be funny and making fun of the Marines.
Yep.
So he takes it in stride.
So the pin comment. This
Did you see his video about the admiral that stole a dildo?
Oh god,
that shit was hysterical.
I like Angry Cops'
he got
response
caught
to the...
stealing a dildo. Yeah.
So this deserves more effort.
I'm sorry, I walked away.
Angry Cops' response.
Wow.
And then the response below that, Angry Cops. We all know he's not the one on top or the one who's doing the pumping.
Angry Cop will go off on some motherfuckers.
He has the best knife hands I've seen, though.
I loved his response to that Navy lieutenant, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That shit had me rolling. Holy shit.
I do have to say, though, somewhere in that guy's history, there's at least one chief who can be blamed for not appropriately putting the junior officer in his place to give him the proper respect and understanding of what the enlisted actually do.
I'll be back.
All right.
Thing is, though, it's like that jackass was prior enlisted.
So what, did he just have a hate boner for the enlisted?
He
apparently.
Here's my thought. He begrudgingly went enlisted. He did it just to make it easier for him to get a commission.
Or he failed at getting into, one of the
service academies?
schools or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's why I say is he took the enlisted route in lieu of a direct commissioning because it would ease it would make it easier for him to be commissioned. And if you have that sort of attitude going into it, Ooh. Sorry, this is why there are accidents that happen aboard ship.
That's one way of putting it.
There have been stories of people accidentally falling up ladder wells.
Huh.
I can't say that
Very
I've seen
it.
I can't say I've seen it happen, but
I mean, look, on my ship, we had a dude who got depressed and fell down 2 ladder wells. Yeah, it happens. No, he was a real dirtbag, though. Real fucking dirtbag. And we hated the fuck out of him. And one day we found out, yeah, he fell down not 1, but 2 ladder wells. I was like, how the fuck do you do that? Yeah.
Don't ask that question.
Yeah. There are some. There are some details that you're better at not knowing.
Yeah.
Plausible deniability is a thing.
I was like, I hated my first. I hated my first XO that we had in the boat when I first got it there, and come to find out, so did the skipper. Because that was the one I was talking about. Like, I had run-ins with them, and it's like, nobody liked him, and it was just like hilarious. Hilarious. I remember us coming back from one deployment, and like as soon as we pull in, like he had to go report to squadron for something, and he comes back and he starts packing his stuff and leaving because he just got passed over for commander for the 3rd time.
Ooh, that sucks.
Oh, especially 3rd time. That's not a good sign.
Which means that in that one moment, not only did he, in that one moment, he was never going to advance, so that was over with.
Yep.
But because the XO billet requires you be in line for command of a sub, and you have to be a commander to command a sub, not being a commander means you can't occupy an XO billet.
Yep. Pretty much done.
And then we got a Mustang as first replacement.
See, a proper Mustang is actually a great officer to work for.
Yeah, we got a proper Mustang.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys call a Mustang? Because I'm not.
That's a prior enlisted officer.
Okay.
Yeah, typically 3 to 4 years enlisted.
They're usually pretty good.
Then went officer. So
yeah,
there are
Go ahead, sorry.
There are others who only do like a 2-year and then go into the commissioning programs. Those are kind of hit and miss. They're still technically Mustangs, but a lot of them tend to not know as much of what the enlisted actually deal with to then translate that into being an effective commander.
Yeah, you want them to get into like E4, E5 at least.
Unfortunately, in the Navy and on the nukes or on the subset, the nukes are E4s that just don't like being enlisted, so they go join the Seaman and Admiral 21 program and get the fuck out of Dodge, and then think they're better than everybody else.
Yeah. Now I did have one that came out of the academy. One officer that came out of the academy that was super cool. He was like, "Yep, I'm not trained in your guys' field, so you guys teach me what to do." It's like, awesome. All right,
you're already ahead of the curve.
Yeah, simply by admitting that, sir, you've already 4 or 5 rungs above everyone else.
We actually had one ROTC officer who was like, he had a tough time. Subs are like academy boy clubs, sub officers. So,
but most of the prior enlisted officers that we had in RAF engineering had to have pretty much commissioned from like E6 or even E7.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You have something like if you have those in the Navy, they're usually like LDOs.
Yeah, limited duty officers. So
Which,
a lot of my OICs and department heads, that's what they were. They were limited duty officers with. There was one who wasn't, and he was actually gunning to ultimately take command of a carrier. Don't think he got it there, but the best ones were the LDOs. So you reach E6 in order to be go from E6 to officer through the LDO program. Degree completed, and you have to be eligible for the Chief's test.
Yeah.
You have to then take and pass the Chief's test, and then you're eligible for commissioning as a limited duty officer, which then locks you into that specialty. So you'll be an aviation quality assurance officer, division officer for either a squadron or intermediate maintenance detachment, either ashore or afloat, and you could end up being a officer in charge of an intermediate maintenance detachment or department head of AIMD, but that's the highest you'll get as an LDO.
I remember in '96, two of our senior chiefs, we had our radio senior chief, because we still had radiomen back then. I'm trying to remember which one was which now. Hold on. Yeah, the radio senior chief was going LDO, and the IC, because we still had IC men too, was going chief warrant officer. At the same time. It was like both of them in like '96 were.
The thing with the Royal Air Force is that if you're not a pilot, you are not going to be a senior officer, because they have because pretty much all the air, all the star ranks are pretty much filled with aircrew. There's one or two odd engineering officers that might get to Air Commodore, but
special cases.
Special cases, yeah, because basically they're the head of engineering in the Royal Air Force.
Oh, yeah, that actually sounds a lot like Rickover.
Oh, Rickover.
Otherwise, if you're going to be in a command position in the Royal Air Force, you're going to be a pilot, or maybe a backseater, but mostly a pilot.
Rickover is why all our officers are new qualified. Guy's been dead how long, and the effects of him still around.
Yeah. But aside from him, that's actually similar requirement for the aircraft carriers in the U.S. Navy. In order to be eligible as the commanding officer or executive officer of an aircraft carrier, you have to have been either a pilot or NFO, naval flight officer. You have to have your wings.
Or I should technically say most of our officers, because we did have one that wasn't. But
yeah, it's usually the AWEPs. It's not.
Well, I'm talking about the CHOP, because he's not.
Oh yeah, the CHOP too. Yeah. I keep forgetting that you guys don't really have AWEPs like we do.
No. We have a weapons officer and then the strike officer. Really, under weapons, you kind of had two divisions under the weapons, because you had, at least when I was in, I don't know how the structures changed.
I had one.
We had not all the time, because like when I first got there, it's like we had a full lieutenant who was the weapons officer. Then we had another full lieutenant who was a sonar officer, and none of the other officer positions in the weapons department were occupied. I was there about a year and a half before they finally assigned a strike officer. So.
Now, how much of the different responsibilities can you actually talk about between the two postings?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, so like, other than divisional requirements, like work as a division officer on top of that from the administrative side, like what on the fast attacks, what did the strike and WEPS officers do that required it to be separate billets?
Hey, yo, I'll see you later. I got something to do.
All right,
have a good one, JC.
Don't forget to clean the sock after.
Well, like
torpedoes.
Well, it's like, okay, sonar. He managed the sonar. The sonar officer managed the sonar division, which is somewhat sizable as a division goes.
I got involved with somebody who's just about to leave, so I'm gonna go.
All right, later.
But the strike officer wasn't just like he was he was actually multiple division officers, because the strike officer, he actually was in charge of both the fire control and the torpedo divisions.
Okay.
So pretty much all the division officer duties of both of those.
And WEPS was
the department head. Like, he was the entire weapons department.
Oh, okay.
So you're talking about fire control, torpedo, sonar. Sonar is part of the weapons department.
Well, yeah, they are.
The differing shades of green are kind of hypnotic.
I was gonna say, is it a rendering problem, or are you missing large spots at times?
You do realize I'm mowing at the same time I'm doing this, right?
It's hard to tell because the graphic.
So basically, and it's probably not streaming at, or you guys aren't probably getting a full fit, but the dark green is mowed.
Mm-hmm.
The light green is basically it turning into hay, or one step away from it anyway.
Okay.
And the middle green?
And the middle green is already mowed.
Yeah, so like right now you're doing 2 strips of light green, but there's 2 strips of not light green.
Yeah, that's
at least
that's the stuff that's already been mowed.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, why isn't it getting all of it?
Well,
it's because all right. So if you run your lawnmower over a grass and it shoots out a discharge onto the side, yes, I use that properly. Shut up.
Yeah.
No. There's always the cut grass is darker than the grass you just cut, right? Same concept.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's just tough to see because Google fucking throttles the video quality through meets. So
yeah, and I'm running.
Yeah, and that's
so
that's what I was assuming, is that it was like a video quality.
Yeah, I'm running 1080p right now, 50-ish frames. So
yeah, but Google
why not 4K?
Google knocks that down to at best 720, and that's if you're lucky.
Ooh.
And flips the video too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the days
fair,
of
that might be
720.
OBS doing that.
And Athens does have a good point. So the best gameplay I've seen of Farming Simulator was by Gray Still Plays.
Actually, you want something very similar, but nowhere quite as chaotic. Watch DJ Go Ham.
But I love the chaotic nature of what he does.
Yeah.
No. The reason why I say this is because, all right, so like regular Let's Plays is kind of boring, unless you're kind of into it. He doesn't quite go to the insane level that Gary does, but it's still pretty, yeah.
I like watching his Minecraft ones, like the one he put out recently where mobs drop like sooner and sooner, and they're all like Gigantamax size or whatever.
Oh, I just love Gray's mantra of, we haven't broken it enough yet. We need more zeros.
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty much.
The Florida man of gaming.
Goddamn Florida man, I tell you what. Fuck me. One day they'll stop trying to fuck a damn gator. Hopefully,
Cow kills man
one
with
day.
axe.
Although, right here in Florida, they're paying almost, what was it, $50 a fucking foot for a anaconda.
Damn. Why?
Because they're taking over the Everglades.
Oh,
So
okay.
now they're saying if you want to go out there and catch anacondas, they'll pay you $8.50 an hour, plus you get 50 for the first. No, sorry, you get 150 for the first 4 foot. Then after that, it's 50 for each foot. For an anaconda.
Hey,
So
that
you
ain't
come
bad
home
if
with like
you're into that kind of
2,000
work.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. What? Yes, sir. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to
I
get
mean,
into that.
now, I was gonna say now it's probably gonna take a team of people to capture the anaconda, though.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're gonna end up
of course.
splitting that.
Yeah. Unless you're a selfish cunt like me. Split what? Uh-uh.
Hey, Blue.
Hey, we got Blue out there.
Hey, Blue.
Hey, Blue.
Oh,
Sorry,
Anyway,
I'm
guys,
just
it's-
I'm just getting quite the update, and I think it might just have to make an angry phone call to American Airlines.
oh, why?
Well, what happened?
So the reason why we're streaming tonight is because my wife has been out of town on a business trip, and American Airlines tried messing with her return plans initially and trying to charge her double for the flight back.
Well, see, your first mistake was you went with American Airlines.
Her choice, not mine.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, I'm all up for cussing them out.
So, and
Nothing but
anyways,
cuss words.
so they tried to play those games. So booked flights for less than a quarter of what they were charging for her to fly back tomorrow. Now she was due to land in the New York City area at about 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow night, which is why we're doing this show tonight, so I wouldn't have to worry about anything, and I could be there to pick her up. Nice 3-hour drive away. Well, I just got this screenshot from her. From American Airlines to her. You've been rebooked. Due to a delay, you'll miss your connecting flight. We rebooked your flight from your first from the city she's in now to her first stop. We're sorry for the change to your travel plans. Please confirm the new flight or choose another flight.
Holy hell.
My response, wait, what? They changed you to Sunday? So are they going to pay for an extra night at a hotel since it was their doing this time?
They should.
Holy hell.
Well, for the most part, they'll just give you a fucking gift voucher for like the next flight or some shit because they're fucking retarded.
Is the United States Airlines good anymore? I mean, Delta's planes are falling apart, like literally falling apart. American is crap. Like Southwest is Southwest. I mean,
yeah.
Like who do we have anymore that's worth flying? And don't say like Frontier or Spirit.
No, I will say this.
Well, no, JetBlue's still pretty good, and so is fucking Southwest.
I've not had a problem with Southwest. Yes, you get what you pay for, but you're also not getting nickeled and dimed for baggage fees.
Oh, like I said,
Mhm,
Southwest
exactly.
is Southwest. I
Yeah.
didn't say that they were necessarily bad. They're
Okay.
just
They're
Southwest is Southwest.
they're
Yeah,
a known
yeah.
commodity.
Yeah, they're good for a short
Mhm.
flight. If you've got to do long travel, not the best, but my private jet.
Hawaiian was okay when I flew out to Hawaii
Oh, okay.
in first class.
Like, for example, when I fly to
Wow.
London, I only fly British Airways. I'm not gonna fly American. Fuck that.
Hey, Fo, if you want to come pick me up in your private jet, I'm down anytime.
Same here. Fuck.
I've never been on a private jet.
I've flown one, kind of.
I have. It's a
Been a-
I was
Simulator
maybe
does not count.
no, it's an actual private
I
jet
haven't-
flying from an airport in we were island hopping from the Bahamas, and I was maybe 5-6 years old. My parents were like, yeah, want to take the wheel? I'm like, okay. And so I was flying, and I was trying to do
that's cool.
fucking circles, not circles, but those spinny things.
Barrel
And
roll?
yeah, they freaked out for some reason. I don't know why.
Couldn't imagine
But
why.
yeah, trying to do
Trying to do
loop-de-loops in an actual prop plane is not a good idea, apparently.
A lot
It's frowned
of the,
upon.
Mark, a lot of the airlines overbook their flights.
Yeah,
because they know people.
They know people are going to cancel last minute or miss their flights. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing when I was in the Navy, and when I was ever, I was like, especially like, in fact, I remember one time I was because I flew from Florida to Connecticut but it's like hilarious that I'm in uniform, have orders in hand, and they're asking like, oh, can you take a later flight? Like, no.
Wait, no. That before saying no, my question is always, what do you mean by later? Like, are we talking like the next flight that same day, or are you talking like the next day, or something like that? Because that's where it really gets tricky.
No, I'm in uniform. I have orders in hand. I've got a deadline when I'm supposed to get to point B.
Yeah.
Command is upset if I'm not there on time.
Yeah, I know somebody who got bumped in Florida, Orlando maybe, or possibly Miami. They end up being told they'd have to fly up to New York, spend the night in New York, and then fly home to London from New York.
Ooh.
Which they accepted, and they
Yeah.
were rather pleased they did, because they didn't tell them what the flight was they were going to be on from New York.
Oh.
Speedbird 1.
Wait,
Ooh.
which one?
Concorde. Speedbird 1, Concorde.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
I would have taken that.
Yeah, that's why they didn't tell anybody what flight they were going to be on from New York.
I mean, I
Nobody
think
told
you'd
them
figure
until
it
they
out
got
when
to
you
the
saw the
airport.
flight times.
Oh, they kind of didn't. They just basically said you're going to have to go to New York and then get a plane from. Yeah,
okay.
They didn't tell. They didn't tell them up. Okay, they didn't tell them up front. They just said
Right.
you're going to have to go to New York tonight. Stay in a hotel in New York. We'll book you one. Don't worry about that. And then you're going to have to fly home tomorrow from New York to Heathrow.
Right.
My funniest flight back then, though, was I was flying back from like Christmas break, basically, and I was on a 737 with 4 passengers.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there was more flight crew on this than passengers.
That's like some Twilight Zone
Yeah.
shit right there.
Back in the day, you used to have that often. Nowadays, if there aren't a certain number of passengers on the flight, they cancel the shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll straight up cancel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was on this
flew
thing
from
going.
here to Boston
Okay, there's
like 4 months ago. I had the entire flight to myself.
I was
It
like,
was just-
I was like, yeah, they're not making any money off this flight.
Now,
Sure.
I have seen them not cancel it if the flight crew needs to get somewhere at a certain time.
That could have been it.
Well, yeah, they'll deadhead it that way for the crew, but
Yeah, or they need the airframe somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
True. But it does suck though, flying. You're the only one that's flying, and you still get no fucking service. It's like, what the fuck? There's no one else here.
It's not too hard.
Right? Sons of bitches. Like, no, we can't serve you nothing because of COVID. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh yeah, well, and that's another thing because it's
I wasn't thinking during COVID.
It's damn near a 12-hour transit time, and part of the reason why the flights that we picked were picked was because of which airports she was going to be spending time at, because some of them have food available, others don't, and they're not doing the food services on the plane, so we had to plan how much time she had between flights so she could get something to fucking eat.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, it's weird how to plan your trips now. I
haven't flown.
My
with all the
folks
COVID
decided they
stuff
want to
going
fly
on.
to fucking Amsterdam in September. I'm like, why are you going to Amsterdam? There's nothing open. It's not going to be able to serve you on the fucking flight anyway. So you'll be sitting there for hours for no reason. They don't get it.
All right.
Well, the bastards.
Well, I'm going to have to see if I can make some phone calls to see if I can get any headway on this stuff. So we are going to be calling it a little early. Hey, Blue, if you want to join the conversation as we go off air, the join panel link is in the Discord server under the VTW crew area. So go ahead and jump on in if you want to talk to these crazy fuckers for a bit. We're going to go off air. These guys are going to go do whatever the hell they want. I'm going to go bitch out travel. Well, I'm going to kindly inform Travelocity what's being said and done, so both of us can bitch out American Airlines, because fuck those assholes on this trip.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fuck them.
So I'm going to be showing movies like Mortal Kombat over in Four Swordsman Discord. So if you want to join in on that kind of fun, that'll be going on as well. Good luck, Jared.
Might join you after the phone calls. We shall see.
Yeah.
Until then, everyone,
to be a special subscriber.
You all have a good night. We will catch you. Actually, stand by, because the schedule for Kanarwat Damar tomorrow is now up in the air. Let's see what ends up happening. Catch you all next
keep
time.
us posted what happens, though.
I'm coming.
There it is.
Wow.